So I know a lot of y'all already hear that and going, why are there men talking about women right now? We are observing and asking delicate questions. Is what I like to say that. I'm your host, Tori the Man Slaughter. We got Brian Guy on the end there.
Hey.
Returning to part 2, we got Jazz.
Hi, guys.
And because I didn't want her to be alone for this episode, I went and found somebody. Faith Over Fears podcast. Carissa in the house.
Hi. Thank you for having me.
No problem. No problem. I felt like she needed. I wanted to add a different perspective too, because I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the feedback, nobody was hearing what you were saying, Brian. A lot of the feedback. Because everything you was saying, it just sounded about white. So, I got you some backup. I got you some backup. I didn't want the white people to think we were jumping you. So, I was like, you know what? Let me go get another one. Even
another one.
Listen, for anybody that doesn't know, all right, me and Tori go back and forth. Either I'm his right hand and he's my left, or it's the other way around. So either way.
They equal, though. Yeah. I didn't want the white people to think we were jumping. So, I was like, you know what? Hold on. Wait a minute. Why can't I turn
another one?
Listen, for anybody that doesn't know,
that's crazy. That's like internal.
So you can't watch yourself.
That's
right?
You're the phone that's connected.
It's over there. I can hit the button from right here. I was like, man. Wait a minute. All right. You pulled it up?
What do you need?
The live feed.
Live feed? I thought I did.
All you gotta do is right there. You see the red circle?
Here you go. You
There
need
we
that?
go.
Yeah, you need that because yours is connected? Oh, my bad. And I took your
Can
stand.
people
Here.
comment on that?
Yeah. There you go.
Look at you. God damn. I thought it was me.
I thought it was off.
You always leave your volume on.
I'm sorry, dog. What do you want me to tell you?
No. I just want to make sure I put in a call-in number on there. We're going to actually let people call in on this episode.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So Brian's number is 603. Okay, he was like, wait, what?
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Nah, I'm not going to put your number on it, Brian. Don't worry.
I was going to say, here we go. Fucking
say
2
your
a.m.
name.
calls.
Say your name though. All right, where we gonna start? I know I sent you guys some notes. Well, I wanted to make sure y'all prepared for this episode. Where we
We
started?
also started one. We went for the walk.
Oh, did we? Oh.
That's a good one.
Oh, there we go. Traditional women versus boss babes. That's what I put. What do you think? Where y'all at on that? There we go. Where y'all at? Did y'all get time to think about that?
Traditional woman versus boss babe. So
Yep.
What
traditional
is a
women.
boss babe?
Yeah, like where are you
What do
coming
you
from?
consider a boss babe?
Well, I didn't want to say what y'all be saying about yourselves. I get canceled.
Oh, you mean boss ass bitch?
There you go. There you go. I can't say it. So I was like, I felt like, is this how white people feel when they say the N word? You gotta ask permission first. No, but boss babes. We're gonna call them boss babes. Y'all can call them whatever y'all want, but
Traditional as in
like a woman that like cooks, cleans,
Cooks,
stays
cleans,
home,
stays
doesn't
home,
work,
doesn't
takes
work.
care of the kids.
I mean that's a job in itself. But
Of
I'm not gonna
course.
say don't work, but that is a job.
Versus like boss babes, like you're saying, like people that like have businesses or independent, like that type
Correct.
of thing. Okay.
I mean, I need my own money. So.
Okay.
Traditional back in Harriet Tubman was never gonna work.
Harriet Tubman. Wow, not the Underground Railroad.
Yeah, I mean, I think I feel
Harriet
like
was not traditional.
No.
She was gone. I would have been right with her, gone.
No.
I can't.
I feel like that's a different type of woman you describing. I think that's different.
That is way
She's
different.
a
We talking
Boss
about
baby.
we talking about the apple pie in the window. You talking about
I'm talking about she
talking
was
about a
not traditional.
rebel anti-slave fighter here. Like Jesus. Did you just compare being a traditional woman to being a slave? Is that
Literally.
what you just did?
so. I
No,
agree
a
with
woman that didn't want to be a slave and refused to be a slave. That's why.
Yeah.
honest.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like, are you consider like is that the comparison you make to a traditional women, slavery, servitude? Let me save this. Let me stop saying that. Let's say servitude.
Yeah, I say servitude.
What you think?
I mean, I feel like personally, like I agree with Jazz. I'm the type of person that, needs my own money, independent. I mean, I was in a relationship, basically, if you want to say traditional woman, where, you know, I've had that role of cooking, cleaning, you know, putting food on the table, taking care of the kids, and that is a full-time job. But I've also learned, you know, through that experience that I enjoy having my independence as well. And I think there can be a balance with both. And I also think it depends on the person, you know, because if I'm a woman, you know, that's in a relationship, let's say, and, you know, I don't mind cooking, I don't mind cleaning, I don't mind doing those things, but I also think it has to be 50-50. And for myself, like, now that I've had my independence and I've grown on that, like, that's something that I could never go back to fully doing, you know, being like a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home wife. Like, I like pursuing what it is that, you know, makes me happy as well.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, but I want to know if you got any remarks. You got any remarks on that? You got any
No,
remarks?
she'd hit it better than now.
Not really.
All right, my question is, do you think your kids will have a better life with you being independent or you being a traditional mom in that era there?
That's a
So,
great
like,
question.
I think
That's
my
an
what do you think?
amazing
That's a
What do you
great
think was
question.
better for your children?
Traditional.
Hands down.
But
Yeah, Tori has learned how to ask these questions now.
I mean, I think personally, okay, so from my experience, I'm talking from my experience. I think having me at home with them and being attentive and being able to be there for them is absolutely important, especially, you know, my kids are really young, so these are years that I'm never going to get back. That also being said, you know, in the situation that I was in, I was not happy. And so my happiness also reflects on my children. So where I am today and what I'm working towards and things that I've gotten back in my life and having that independency back has allowed me to be in a better mental place in order to provide for my kids properly.
So follow up question, right?
Yeah, of
So-
course.
So now that you acknowledge that, like, hey, one would be better than the other,
Mm-hmm.
is it unfair to your children to have to live a different life that would have been better for them because of prior bad decisions that you made before bringing them there?
I feel like the situation that I was in, you know, I think I've come to a realization in my life that everything happens for a reason. And unfortunately, the relationship I was in was very toxic and it wasn't serving me or my children. So I had to remove myself from that. You know, and if I could go back and, you know, do things differently, I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like it's maybe the person I've become. So I think for myself, with what I'm teaching my children now, is just, you know, to be a strong woman, to be a strong person, and that sometimes it's okay as long as, you know, you continue fighting for what you believe in, you can really accomplish anything. It's not easy being a parent. It's very difficult, and I think, you know, the world we live in has a lot of pressures and a lot of standards and a lot of struggles, and, you know, sometimes when you find yourself getting into these relationships, you know, it's not always meant to be, and that's okay. And unfortunately, with the cost of living, if you don't have a partner, I feel it would be hard for me to stay home 24/7 in order to provide for them properly.
But based off exactly what you said, though, so let's reflect on that. If you could go back in time, wouldn't your solution not be becoming the boss, but better partner selection so that you can maintain traditional lifestyle?
I think, Tori, what I think when it comes to that is, I think that's a lot of why, like, in the
This is a whole lot of what if.
and
Exactly.
and a lot of the older generations, they didn't believe in divorce,
Correct.
so they
Correct.
would deal and stay and deal with things because it wasn't allowed. Like, I know in a lot of, like, the Hispanic culture, from what I've heard and what I've experienced, is no matter what, they stay.
Oh, that's
No,
Poppy
it's
for
so
life.
true.
No matter what, it's Poppy
It's
for
so
life.
true.
Straight
Poppy
up.
for life. That's it.
Yes.
You don't even have to
So,
like
And
it.
I love that you brought that up, and thank you.
Because I feel like that's what it is too. Is like, now you got to remember, now times have changed drastically. You know,
Yeah,
even
we have
with your
options.
kids, like, you know, like, everybody knows I'm a workaholic. I'm always I may look like I'm in the club, but there's never a time I'm not in the club and I'm not making money. Period. At the end of the day, it affected my 13-year-old. You know what I mean? It took even my relationship affected my 13-year-old, everything. So at that point, it's like, you have, as yourself, have to become to a position where you have to start realizing where your flaws are as a mom.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, like, I can sit here and I can say, well, I had a child with this other person and I can blame it on all that. But at the end of the day, it all reflects with the decisions that you make for your kids. As men, you have to make decisions for your kids, but you're never going to make the same decision that as a mother is going to make for their kids. Unless you're in a position, like, you're talking to somebody, I'm not a crackhead, so we don't,
I
that's
was
not
like,
going to have to happen. So, but I'm just saying though, like,
relative.
when it comes down to it, we're in a whole total different generation. And the generation that I brought this up last time, my grandfather never called out her name, ever. Now, it's normal for me and my significant other to be like, well, you a bitch. I was like, well, you a bitch. Like,
Right.
that's what we have created in this generation.
Bags
So
in a trash can.
It's just disrespect.
it's just a disrespect. So
Yeah.
it's like,
But that's what I mean. So like, if she had the option to go back in time, the reason I'm asking this question, like, I don't think that I'm nitpicking your story. The reason I'm asking this question is because
If
the
I had the
original
option to-
topic is traditional woman versus boss babe. So now, given the direction that she sees that life that
It's
she's
important
going
for life.
and what's important when it comes, because my thing is traditional women is the best let's say formula for raising children right off the rip.
absolutely.
So like knowing that, right? If you go back in time now, like, would the decisions you make push you in the direction of being a boss babe, independent woman, or would you now delegate and find a better partner to be a traditional woman? So that's the direction my questions was going. I was just keeping us on the same topic and making sure the stories, and then they pushed in which direction would you want to go?
I mean, I think I would have loved the opportunity to be there fully to raise my kids. I think it's taken a lot of sacrifice, and I agree with Jazz. Being a single mom of 2 kids and having, to work and then working towards like a business and managing all these things, like, it does sacrifice time away from your kids. And there have been jobs that I've worked, I was in the restaurant industry 17 years. So a lot of times you make your money at night. You make your money on weekends and I was taking time away from my kids. So if I would have had the opportunity to be in a better situation to do that, I probably would have, but I also love that she spoke on, how times have changed, because I watched that. I watched it with my grandmother, and God rest her soul, but
You also got to remember there's not really a traditional man
right.
that we're growing
Yeah,
up.
but
What
what
is
did that?
it?
Whoa,
What is-
no. What caused that?
But what is a traditional man? Let's
Exactly.
throw
What
out there
caused
right
that?
now. What is a
What
traditional
caused?
man?
What caused it? For real, I'm serious.
What
caused
caused men to not want to
Yep.
work and provide? Because women, we did when we sit here and we got back to what we talked about last time, the Build-A-Bear effect.
Yeah, but why?
It's okay settling and being okay with a man that, well, it's okay if you don't know. I'm going to teach you. Like, girl, you got to teach yourself.
No. I'm talking
Yeah.
about before that.
Wholeheartedly. That's really what it comes
Before
down to.
all that.
So you're
Well,
saying
that's
like when
to
generations
me,
change.
When?
Before
When?
all, so you tell me what you think where it changed.
First, you
Prohibition.
have to identify.
Say it again?
Prohibition.
First,
50s
you
and
have to
60s.
identify what a traditional
Prohibition?
man is.
Yeah, prohibition. 50s and 60s.
I mean, if you want to get like specific in that manner, but I mean, the way I'm looking at a generic.
I'm looking
vision
at the
of what
change
we're
of the
looking at
guard
right now.
But I'm looking at the change of the guard.
But that's not true because you work very hard.
I do. That's me.
Right.
But there's
So what
other.
is the-
But you
what
said
is-
there's other
what-
people that don't.
Right. So where?
I feel like social media has influenced a lot too.
That's today. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
leading up to the chorus for women to say men ain't shit started coming around, and honestly, what would you say? Like late 80s, early 90s, and a little before that.
Yeah.
But what caused that? Like, what was the root?
Cocaine.
Tori said cocaine.
Yes,
We gonna talk the 70s.
Frank Lucius did it right. That's
No, but I'm just
exactly
saying,
what-
like,
Cocaine.
if we take a step back and look at the big picture, what caused men to not want to work or not be able to work? What caused men to want to step away from their relationships? What caused that?
I'm listening because I'm.
No,
to
I'm
me,
serious.
there's-
I'm just asking what your guys' opinion is on it.
Yeah.
My opinion on it.
What is your opinion on why men stop doing that?
Why did men stop being what you call traditional men?
My wholehearted, I believe, is
like,
because
it's not like I'm not like saying like
No,
I
I
know
know.
the answer. I'm asking you.
Oh, I
like
know
for
the
me,
answer.
well, I'm just saying for me, starting in prohibition when women started getting more rights and voting, it started putting the sour taste in. But then it escalated. So to me, what do you feel the reason was
I
them?
see, now I see where
to-
you're going. That's
to-
why I'm like, I didn't understand what you were saying. I
So,
mean,
like-
at the end of the day, if me being able to vote told my man don't work, that's crazy.
No.
Yeah,
I mean, like, was it the fact that when women started going to work that they were able to work 40 hours and not just 20? Like, what do you feel made it so the man felt less of a man, or felt like he couldn't provide, or contributed to the depression, or made it so that you as women feel men are not good men?
I mean, we also got to think during the Depression, what happened? a lot of these men were going and trying to get work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were getting turned down. So the women would go follow up behind it because now their kids have no food. I mean, as a woman, you're not going to sit there and let your kids and your family struggle for so long.
We're talking World War II, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I'm being honest.
World War II.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
like, all right,
My
well now my
nana
kid's not
went
eating
through
again
it.
tonight. My kid's not eating again tomorrow. My kid's not eating for the third day. Now, either you were gonna make it happen, or I'm gonna go make it happen. That's to me. That's how I feel like. That's really what it came down to. Is like a lot of families were in that position where they had to just like make that initial decision. And I mean, just you think of so many movies that kind of like are like stemmed around that. You know what I mean? And like you see it go down, and like then the husband turns into an alcoholic, and then he's pissed off because he can't be the man he
But
wants
why
to
did-
be.
but when
and the
stuff
wife has
like-
to step up, like
But when stuff like that happens, as the woman and you as a team in a traditional marriage and a traditional relationship, you are a team. You are not individual. Why did not that person do whatever they had to do to try to pick them up to keep it strong? Why did they walk away?
because I think okay, for example, like I just gave you an example, that's 3 days of the person you and your kids not eating. Let's look at scenario. You and your kids aren't eating it for 3 days, right? And you're encouraging, oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Well, it doesn't have to be an encouragement.
I'm saying you're encouraging the person that for going out and like going and trying to provide. You know, you went out. Tomorrow will be a better day. Tomorrow will be a better day.
But we do that now.
do-
Do we not do that now? In our relationships, do we all not do that now?
We all do that now. But at the end of the day, eventually you're gonna have to get to the position and the point where it's like, all right, well,
To
if-
turn
if
your back
it's-
and walk away and be like, ah, fuck it.
that's not bad. To me, I'm not saying that.
I know, but I'm just saying that's
I'm just
how
saying,
easy it
I'm
is
saying
now.
if you're not gonna do it, I will do it.
But I think it
I
also, like she was saying, like in older times, you know, people, when you're talking about walking away from relationships, in older times,
They never did.
They never did. Even my grandmother, and she was married, and like I said, God rest her soul, I love her to pieces, but she was married for 50 years, and she was miserable. She was miserable. And then I saw that same
Now,
situation.
hold on one second, Tori, before you go.
I saw that same situation happening with my mom and my dad, and they were married 35 years and stuff. So I feel like a lot of times it's the generations have just changed, and then as women have grown and we found our independence and all these different things. I mean, before, if you're a traditional woman and you're staying at home, the man would go to work, right? You'd cook, clean, take care of the kids, and they would come home and provide for you. So as women have found their independence,
This generation makes it
Hold on,
harder
no,
for
hold
women
on.
to be submissive.
They do? Now, hold on. Now, like, this is a real statistic. The time that we are living in today is it was like 8.6% worse than we lived in the Great Depression.
Absolutely.
I mean, I believe it.
Okay, so if you
Yeah,
believe
not
that, okay,
so-
so if
not
you believe that,
surprised.
right? If you believe that, so then if history repeats itself from like I'm gonna say from the Biden era when it really started, from the Biden era moving forward, men ain't shit. Not one man's gonna be shit. Because all those trades right now, all those people, did I not call it months ago? All these dudes, there's no work out there for people. Everybody says they're hiring, but nobody can afford to go work those jobs because
Because it
remember,
doesn't provide,
remember when I asked you, I said women won't date down, but you expect a man to go out and you said we ain't eating for 3 days, so you got to figure it out. Well, do you want him to go work for $12 an hour because that's what's available?
I mean, I've always been that person. Money is money.
I know, I
The
understand
green
that,
light
I
is the
understand
green
that.
light.
But what I'm saying is,
You just got to figure out how to maneuver it, you know.
Okay.
But that's where it comes down to.
But
is
when
that
you
women
can't-
have had to learn how to be hustlers because men sometimes lack there. That's just
but-
thereof. Like it's really true now. Now they don't know how to. Like listen. There's men that you have to literally. This is what you got to do next. You got to do this next. You got to do that next. You got to do this next. Make sure when you backtrack on this part, dude. Like that to me is like. If you know what you have to do to get money or get to provide, there's never a time that you're coming back empty-handed.
but what if it's not enough? That's the problem nowadays.
There's
It's
never
not
enough, but that's never enough.
No, but it's what I'm
But
saying is
something's
it's not
better
even
than
enough.
nothing, though.
Something's better
You know
than
what I mean?
nothing when the eviction notice is still on your door. Hell no. No man wants to go home and look at his wife and be like, "Hey, listen, I did a side job today. I got my paycheck, and I'm still 500 light on the bills." Like it ain't you
Right,
don't
no,
want to go
I
home.
understand what you're
You don't
saying.
want to go home,
First off.
especially when you got kids.
Can we acknowledge that this man is getting cheated on? First off, because he's working what out of a 24-hour day, he's gone 18 hours.
Like you think
This
he
is
wa-
why the mailman has so many kids.
But I'm
Thank
just
you
saying,
very
you
much.
think
This
that
man
man-
is getting cheated on.
Well, I'm just saying, you think that man wants to go home and look at his kid in the face and be like, "That's supposed to be a
Like the life
characteristic
that
of
you just described is the TV show Everybody Hates Chris.
Yes.
That's exactly the life you just described. That man worked like 3 full jobs.
This is 50 cents. This is $1.
That's it right now.
Crazy.
And as soon as she started working and getting some money, who she looked down on first? Yeah, that's
Her man.
Yep. So like, come on.
My
now,
man,
like,
my man, my man.
All right. First off, can we please stop saying women's independence because you weren't enslaved? Can we stop saying that? First off, as a black man in America, I hate when I hear women go, "Well, we got our independence," like we were chained down in the kitchen or something like that. This is ridiculous. No disrespect to anybody or any women out there. Shout out to the women that held it down during World War II. Those are some of the strongest women
Ever.
in existence.
Ever.
You know what I mean?
Ever.
Yeah, they held it down in World War II while that man was fighting overseas, and they picked up all those jobs that they knew absolutely nothing about. You know what I mean? There. Second, let's move on to women not leaving in those relationships. They couldn't leave those relationships. It's not that they didn't. They had to stay in there. There was no out. There was no exit. There was no financial. There was no financial aid. There was no government assistance. There was no child support.
True.
You were with that man because you ain't got nowhere else to go, baby girl. Your daddy wouldn't let you come home. Your mama wondering why you ain't talking to your husband about it. That's it. All right, that's it. That's the closest y'all would get to slavery. Goddamn it, was marriage. And that was the men that women picked based off of whether he had a house, a car, and a job.
Facts.
Those are the only three standard characteristics a man would need for marriage: house, a job. That's it. Car. That was it. You know what I mean? And then now to answer your question of why men are trash, I say this. I want to say every fucking podcast episode now. God damn it, men got softer because women got easier. That's it. That's it. There's no other way to argue about it. Men don't have to be men to get laid anymore. Dominicans are twerking and getting laid. We putting Don Julio bottles on top of our head and getting laid. You know what I mean?
No, it's true. Yeah, no, he's not.
We got grown men twerking and getting laid. You couldn't do that back in the day.
No.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
We
So
also
like,
got to remember, back in the day, a lot of the men were military.
so then
So
you,
none of this
Yeah,
stuff was
yeah,
allowed.
no, they were
You know what I mean?
warriors.
They were all.
They were hunters. They were
Subject to
gatherers.
military.
They were warriors. No, but now what do we got? You know what I mean? Literally the hookah era for one. Don't get me started there. But like, let's talk about what Brian said. He said something that was immaculate. Women do not date down. But when he says that, I think a lot of women don't understand, as those women that he's talking about are on a completely different tax bracket than the ones that we see every day.
Right.
That's another thing that we don't really focus in on. Like our podcast is 100 views, maybe 200K, 2,000. You know what I mean? Maybe a click here, but that's only because we got the local people watching that are inside our tax bracket. We don't have the 200,000, 500,000. The 2,000 people that viewed this episode a week from now, I probably know or seen all 2,000 of them.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not
And so
reaching.
we're talking
really
local.
talking about local. Right.
We're talking local right now. Let's keep it a buck. Yo, it's a whole group of bums trying to fucking tell somebody else they a bum, you're bum, then the bum next to them. That's
true.
it. You don't own
So I
nothing.
think what
You don't have
what you're saying
assets.
is right in the aspect of like, because that's what kind of where my tunnel vision is when we're doing this. I'm talking about what I'm surrounded by.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Like, which is a total different. That's a total different market.
Like we could have a chick here that's complaining about broke men be with a doctor that works up in Boston Mass General right now and still cheat on this nigga for the dude popping Don Julio bottles at the fucking local bar.
because he's fun.
So like, what do you like? You know what I mean? So then it's like, okay, so a traditional man, but it ain't no traditional women that sit down that can actually handle a traditional man. Traditional men don't exist no more because they don't get laid. And when men don't get laid, guess what they do? They switch to whatever tactic they need to get laid. And right now, being a fuckboy is in. That's it. That's
Basically,
that
whatever's
simple.
trending in society.
Whatever's trending. If you really look through the history of men and women, whatever is trending is
People
what that
wanna
man
become.
is. When you had to be the biggest, strongest warrior with the biggest muscles and the best sword,
Yeah.
everybody wanted to be
Like,
that guy.
so
Look at
people,
Spartans.
people
That
aren't
was
even
2000s.
people aren't
Everybody wanted to be Spartans. Everybody wanted to be Marines at one point. Everybody wanted to be a soldier at some. You know what I mean? Everybody wanted to be a lawyer at one point. Everybody wanted to be a doctor, a paleontologist, an archaeologist. And these are words that the niggas to the left and right of us can't even spell. But they getting laid. And that's the ultimate goal of men since ever. Since ever. If you ever run into a man whose goal isn't to get laid, since he fucking your homeboy. That's it. That's it. Down low, killer. I know who the message to find out. Goddamn it.
This is where it leads back to where I was trying to say earlier is we created this.
That's
Correct.
it. Women have always controlled the curve.
We do. We've always controlled it.
We've always controlled the curve.
Always.
If
And
women
we
was
mess
like-
up our own, we mess up our own
If
solutions.
women say I'm not getting laid until a nigga becomes the president, we'd create so many different type of presidential elections. It'd be crazy. It'd be a president of the supermarkets, a president of the, you know what I mean? Remember when niggas used to go and work at Walmart and want to become the manager just so they could clap the cheeks that bag groceries?
No, it's true.
It's true. You had to have some, like men used to have some type of status or stature in order to be somebody enough for women to pay attention to.
But that's because like values and morals have changed a lot too. So
No, and women. This is
and
remember,
women.
and women.
Yeah.
I literally was just saying this to Tori. We were walking to get food, and I literally had said to him, I'm like, you know, the stuff that women do, and then the way that people cross each other for women is just so wild.
It is.
Wild.
It's like, it's mind-boggling.
It is.
You know what I mean? And then like the way women cross other women for men is just wild. Like it's just
And something they don't even. It's like.
And now,
something
mind
that
you,
they
the
don't even
dynamic
plan
we're
on,
talking
like-
about local. So the dynamic of a lot of the women here is where most of us are single mothers in this area. Am I wrong?
Yep, majority.
Majority
of
are
us,
single
yeah.
moms.
Single mothers.
Single moms. So you
Down
have
the
somebody
street from
that
their baby
somebody down the street from your baby daddy, and you're raising somebody that's following or taking up after you and watching everything you're doing, and nothing that goes on in this area, I could say is something that's setting an example. You know what I mean? Positive.
I agree.
Positive. And in all reality, that's really what it comes down to. So when you say that you're struggling with finding a man or getting a man to do what you want, you got to think of really what are your standards and where have you put yourself on the pedestal when it comes down to it.
Yeah, but I hate that.
I love that. What do you mean? I
fucking hate
love
that.
when women put men on a pedestal.
No, fuck that.
You have
No,
to be of
no.
this caliber to talk to me. I love women.
Oh,
like
I don't
that.
mind that, but I'm saying when they say like, oh, so they get out of a bad relationship and then they're like, oh, I'm gonna set these fucking high, unobtainable
Well, because she
goals.
just took a massive L.
No, but hold on.
no,
You supposed to take it again?
So in my no,
that's characteristic. That's fucking characteristic.
Did you ever play
types.
Pokemon?
No, bro, I don't play this shit.
Man, you
I was always out
played
working.
Pokemon before as a kid. As a kid,
Oh,
you played Pokemon.
On the video?
Yes, the little
the Game
Pokemon.
Boy?
Yeah, Game Boy. You played
yeah.
Pokemon?
Yeah.
And when you go to that first gym and you got your ass whooped, what
Yeah.
you do? You went right back to that grass and raised your level before you went back, right?
Right. No,
All right
I get
then.
it. But what I'm saying is like a female will go through a breakup and then their next 3 or 4 relationships that they want, their expectations are fucking unrealistic. They've set the bar so high that like any fucking mistake you make as a man, they just bring you back down. So it's like, what's the point?
Yo,
Ryan,
yo,
who
no,
are
no,
you
no,
dating?
no, 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 no,
It's
no,
not of your
no.
relationship.
No, he's
No,
absolutely right. 'cause
no,
he just
it's
reminded
every
me.
fucking
He just
time.
reminded me of some shit we posted not too long
Like,
ago. I
it's
posted
every
not too long
fucking
ago.
time. It doesn't matter who
has
you are,
set
what you do.
all these standards for the man that she want and all of this, and still picked the wrong nigga.
Yep. and then it's the guy's fault.
Wrong nigga. That's his fault.
It's the guy's fault.
It's his fault.
So like, believe it or
He
not, as
tricked
much
me.
as women,
I love hearing that. Oh, he tricked me. Oh, he was different
Yeah.
after 2 months.
As much as
2
women
months.
as much as women like to say, "Oh, I need
2
to
months.
switch my type," or "This is the wrong type of person for me," they always go back to the same motherfucking person.
I just
Like,
because
let's
I feel
call
like
it what it is.
I
So
feel
when
like
do we
I
learn?
feel like
How do we learn if we don't do that?
First of all, stop.
No, this is a question.
No, that's what I'm saying.
But I
First of
feel like
all,
if you
stop
keep it-
exchanging
No,
energy with
you know what it
anybody.
is? No,
if
you know
you
what it
keep
is?
going back to the same type of person, then you still have healing you have to do
Yep.
because if you're first of all if you're getting out of a relationship regardless of how long it is and maybe it was like a sour relationship, you got hurt, your pride's broken, your heart's broken, all these things, a lot of times, like even from my experience, talking from my experience, like we don't like to feel feelings are uncomfortable, and so what do? We go to the next thing to feed our to not have to heal. It's easy to take alcohol, drugs, relationships, sex, gambling, and fill ourselves with that instead of having to look at what we need to fix in ourselves. So when people keep attracting the same partner, I mean, I had a friend say it to me, you're going to keep attracting the same man until you get real with yourself. And when you start elevating on a different level for yourself, a different frequency, and you can go into things with honesty and a heart that's pure to who you are and what your values are is when you can attract somebody that's like-minded. But if you're still doing the same shit and you're still going out there broken, and I've done it,
I was just gonna say, great.
you know.
I was
you
just going to
don't-
say that brings
if
us right
you
back to
don't-
that first word from the first episode,
you-
motherfucking accountability.
Accountability, yes. If you don't like you, how in the hell you gonna like me?
Correct.
true.
It's true.
You don't even like you. So how the hell you gonna like me if you don't even know if you like you yet? Like,
Correct.
you know, so,
I feel
I
like
digress.
I feel like sometimes like it's 50-50 too on trauma bonds.
Oh, yeah.
trauma bonds are fun.
It's a real thing.
But trauma bonds also, in my opinion, could be some of the greatest relationships you could ever build with somebody.
Well, that's because y'all codependent on each other for
No,
happiness.
no, not necessarily codependence.
That's exactly what you're doing in a trauma
No.
bond. You're codependent on somebody else to balance and level you out.
Where did this
No,
word
not
trauma
necessarily.
bond come from?
No,
This shit's wild.
for
You
me-
never heard that before?
Hell no.
Okay, you never heard of trauma bonder? Oh my God! Yo, yeah, this is
It's
a thing.
basically when two
Hey.
people are
Welcome to white people.
All
like
jacked
all
up.
jacked up,
That's
unhealed.
why I never heard no shit like that.
They find each other, and then it's like a codependent. I mean, a lot of times trauma bonding is codependency.
Codependency, yeah.
Yeah,
you can also-
codependency. Like you feel like you can't be without that person, even though it's toxic. Like you keep finding your way back to that person, and
You ever watch
Yeah,
like the
it's-
horror movies?
It's
No, dead ass. No, I'm so serious. You ever watch like the horror movies and then there's just
I feel like he's
object,
gonna go, yeah.
and then the object just makes your life better, makes your life happy, but it has a negative effect every time you use it.
it's like possessed.
But you ever notice that those people are so obsessed with that, even though it could maybe be killing your best friend or something like that, or it's
Oh, like
taking
the
out.
movie about the little boy that sleeps and all the butterflies come and then he kills. I forget what one it is.
But like,
Yes,
but
that
like,
one.
but do you ever see how fixated the people
When he
that
went
are
to
attracted
sleep,
of?
when he
I've
went
never
to
seen
sleep,
that.
the lady's son that died always would come back.
Yeah.
So she would want him to sleep, but then when he went to sleep, the demon would be coming behind him, which was it was a messed up
Oh
movie.
hell no!
That was some messed up shit. But
But
that
you-
lady used that little boy.
But shit, they become fixated on that fact. That's a trauma bond.
Yes, that was a
Yeah.
trauma boy.
That's a trauma bond. Yes, that is yes. And the demon itself is what happens when people. Yeah, no, they eventually they implode. Trauma bonds eventually implode. It's a great release of serotonin. Like, it is. It's a great release of that. But like after a while, like you still have to come to grips and comes to term of what's upsetting you to yourself. Like that's it. Like I tell people all the time, I have become so comfortable with who I am that I just like. Me and Jazz had this conversation all the time. She'll tell me all the time, like, nigga, you just don't give a fuck what you say. And I'm like, I've already accepted the consequences.
That is very true. Me and you have gone over that
I've
all the
already
time.
accepted the consequences in my mind of what I just said or what I just did, so I don't care anymore.
Except the term makes
So
a difference.
I'm like, yep, freedom, true freedom. It is. It's true freedom.
Tori sleeps at night.
Yep.
no matter what.
Yep.
Tori sleeps at night.
Yep. I'm like, yep. No. Accountability is a motherfucker.
Yeah,
Let me
it's
tell
so
you.
important. Accountability.
Yeah, hearing women say that word, I'd be like, yeah, right. You.
It's important.
I'm fucking with you. Nah.
No, it definitely.
I know
It's
you know.
important.
Oh man.
But I feel like you don't develop that until you get older and you like.
Well, yeah, when you get multiple choice, it wasn't A, it wasn't B, it wasn't C. So yeah, no, you get to a point where we know the answers. We still don't know that the answer's D. We just don't know. We know it's not A, B, and C.
Oh yeah, no, because you got to think about it. Like for me myself, like right now, I'm in a transition of like I want more and I want better. So I'm still messing up everything I'm doing. I'm still not doing the right thing. I'm still making the bad decisions. But like I'm getting to a point where I'm starting to acknowledge where I'm doing that.
That's good
So
though.
certain things that bother me or certain things that would have bothered me don't bother me anymore because I already know that at the end it's not what I want anyways, or I don't want to deal with certain things anymore. So like that right there shows that as a woman you have to learn where you messed up, like for real.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? The first relationship I was in was psychotic.
It usually
yes.
is, girl.
I'm
And
glad you
first
said
ones.
that.
Like when I mean psychotic.
I'm
Then
glad.
the next one, psychotic.
I'm glad you said that.
I'm
a skip.
I just like psychotic relationships. That's my fault.
I was just gonna say because I had another topic in here. I'm gonna skip that one because of what you just said. Because I really want to know the answer to this. How do women scale value?
Oh, here we go. This is.
Oh, I ain't saying shit. This is me. I'm learning too here on this one. How do women scale value?
I think it depends.
I can't even answer that question.
So I think for me, with value, I think it comes back to what we've been talking about this whole time, and I'm going to just talk from my experience as a woman, is really getting connected to yourself. And so the way that I scale value today with a man, I've been with people that have tons of money. I've been with people who were stable. I've been with people that, money, I don't care how much money you have, that never is going to sell to me. What comes to me with men is connection, is intimacy, is being able to, and when I'm speaking on intimacy, I'm not talking about sex, because at the end of the day,
Right. This generation does not know
especially where
intimacy
we're
other than
local,
sex.
if I really want to get dick, I can get it from anywhere. To be honest,
Respectfully.
respectfully, I could message any guy and say, "Hey, what are you doing later? Do you want to come over and fuck me?" And they would be there in 2.5 seconds. But I value myself differently as a woman. That being said, if all you can offer me is dick, I'm all set. And if you can stimulate my mind and we connect on a soul level, like, to me, that's beautiful. That's something that I value in a man that is intelligent, a man that has his own opinions and isn't following what everybody else does, a man that is secure in himself. And we all struggle. Life is hard. Nobody is perfect. And honesty is a big thing with me. Honesty. Some subjects are really uncomfortable to talk about with people. Some things, from our past or things that we've struggled with can be a really uncomfortable thing to talk about with somebody. But when you genuinely care about somebody, if you can go on into it with honesty and compassion, like, to me, that's like beautiful, So somebody's mind and the way they think and how they speak and what they listen, and if we vibe and we got similar things going on, like, I'll rock with you. But if you're coming to me with a hookah and a Don Julio bottle on top of your head, and you're flashing, yeah, look at my mommy, look at this, like, I'm all set. Like, I have a mature mindset, and I've gone through a lot in my life, and I'm at a point in my life now where I don't care what you have. I don't look at you for your materialistic things. I look at you for your soul, because that's what I want to feel. That's who I want to get to know, is your soul.
So I just want to make one comment.
Of course, make as many as you want.
I just, first off, the dude with the Don Julio bottle on his head and the hookah and his chains is enjoying the fruits of his labor on the weekend. You cannot judge him based off of that. He is enjoying himself on Saturday night, because you that too, are you not?
On Saturday, no.
I mean, the only way to see the guy with the Don Julio bottle on his head and the hookah is to be at the club with him. So, like, let's not say that guy doesn't have, all of the other parts that a man should have, because he's enjoying the fruits of his labor and spending his money how he damn well pleases. There you go. So let's not forget that, because, I work. Well, we got doctors and lawyers and cops chilling and partying. So.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I just want to throw that out there. Like, we not going to, I understood what you said. Like, I know what type of guy you talking
Right.
about.
We are talking about
I just had
surrounding.
I just had to defend my fellow, you know what I mean, Don Julio drinkers and hookah smokers. Because, first of all, it's Saturday night and we having a good time. But if it's Tuesday on Facebook Live, I hear your point. I hear you. Exactly.
I hate when women say that it's not about money, though.
Facts.
I fucking hate it. I
'Cause
do.
I don't know any.
I don't
good
know
women
any woman
dating a
that
broke man. I'm
ever.
sorry.
like
I
never.
don't see it.
I mean,
Never.
I think when you're going into something, obviously you're not gonna. I mean, there's stories about women falling in love with homeless men, but I think obviously,
At what age?
Yeah, not at all.
I mean, for myself,
Now, because most
right,
of them are homeless.
correct.
So, yes, now.
But what I'm trying to say by that, like, I've been with people that have a good amount of money and they flex it like that's the only thing that, they really had to show me. But when it came to an intimate connection and that type of stability and that type of longing, like, it wasn't there.
But that's
So
a traditional man.
No, so I
No,
definitely
not
agree.
necessarily.
I agree with Brian
But
on
listen,
this
to
one.
be fair, Tori, so this is what I've always
that
tried to
was a
figure out the
traditional
struggle.
man. He flexed how much money
So-
he got so he can get a woman.
So he works hard.
He married her and then
The thing
took
is,
home.
I feel like most men that, like Jazz and Tori know me pretty well. Most men that are equivalent to me at my age have the things that I have at my age, And like sometimes I struggle, but a lot of times I'm up. Right now, like I'm in a rut, so like I've been depressed about it, but I'm good. Everything works out. But there's people like me that don't necessarily know what it takes to be in the relationship that like you, Jazz, and other women are looking for, because I've devoted my whole fucking life from the time that I was 8, starting on the farm, to me now. Tori will tell you I work 7 days a week. It's not for me, it's not about the money. For me, it's about the character and the person that it built me to be.
Right.
So the difference is I don't have the, like when I say I don't have the time, it's not that I don't have the time to learn how to be in the relationship. My mind is already thinking about the shit that I got to do tomorrow to make sure that I get paid on Friday so that my boss doesn't fire me, so that there's no fucking other person that's going to come work here that's going to take my job. So, like, I feel like so many people miss the important things. So everybody, like, to women, they say it's the emotional factor. It's the being able to go out to dinners. Fuck that. I can do that when I'm 50, 60, and I'm retired.
No.
What I can't do right now is, with the economy going the way it is, I can't buy a second house. I can't make sure I have that money set aside. So, like, if... like, you know what I mean? That we could put the kids to college like that, because everybody wants to go out and do the fun things now. But when that bill comes for tuition, now you guys are fighting because, oh, you could have picked up more overtime, or you could have done this. So when women say it ain't about money, man, fuck that.
No, I think, was it the last time you said that? And I kind of was like, no, I
Yeah.
don't believe, no, I do. I changed my mind 2 weeks later.
So, like, literally, like, I understand you have
Because
to have a
it-
baseline, and I understand you say you got to be established. Okay, so to be established, do you want that guy that only works 30 hours a week?
No.
That, like, oh, okay, you know what I mean? I have enough to pay my bills, but I have only minimal to put into savings. That person there is the person that has the time to be able to, like, try to look at the emotional sides of it, and they're just not as hungry. I feel like the hungry man that goes out, that has the 401k, that works 60, 70, 80 hours a week, it's not that he doesn't want to learn how to love his partner.
And that's why I asked
You know, it's not that he doesn't want to learn not how to love his partner, but when he tries to grow, he's trying to bring his family with him.
No, right, exactly. So for me, that's why I said before, I might have said, oh, you know, it's, if you can't have that intellectual, no. At the end of the day, this world is this world. Like, we have very much understood that 401k is important. Anybody in their right mind understands that credit is important. Retirement plan that you're gonna have, like, that's important. It's all important. And then, you know, and like I said, women, we've allowed them to start with a man that has nothing going on in the beginning. So then it's like, now we gotta watch you transition into doing something, and then when you don't do it, we get an attitude, and then it's, oh, see, it was about money, and it's like, well, in all reality, it should have always been about money. It should have always been, why am I even dealing with somebody that doesn't have something going for themselves in the first place?
Right.
I also
So
feel,
then I'm complaining, well, I didn't get to do this, and I didn't get to do that, and I'm still not an RN, and I'm
When
still
you
not
accepted
this.
it from
It's
the
because
jump.
I genuinely didn't focus on myself.
So what you it ties into this comment right here is, I tell people all the time, you accept the love you feel you deserve, which
It's a
goes
fact.
right back to why I asked the question in the first place. How do women scale value? Because that is the one spot where, like, so you hear Brian's testimony right now, and that's where he struggles. Because, like, how do you determine value?
Can I answer that from a man's perspective now?
No,
So
hell,
now I
hell
think
with
the
them.
first question you should have, and if you're gonna start dating and doing that shit, is you need to literally look the person in the eyes and see if they're telling the truth or not, and find out what their plan is. As far as, and I no, I mean, that is, like, you can tell, like, do you want to retire? You can tell by a person if they're going to be able to retire at 65 and they're just as hungry.
That's a fact.
You can tell that. So, like, if you go out on a date with that person a couple times, you do this, and, like, I understand people go through hard times and tough times, but if you can't see them,
We're dating.
if you-
I don't care.
but no, but if you
I do
can't
not
see
care
them
about that.
being like, hey, you know what,
Either
like,
you got it or you don't.
no, but what I'm saying is, if you go out with them and you ask them out and they say, hey, you know what, like, I really can't this week, like, you know, I'm a little light this week. That means that in their mind that they're preparing for future, as far as future bills, future Christmas and shit. They're
Man, that just
setting
mean
shit
you
up.
ain't got it.
No,
That's what I heard.
No, that's
On
not
the
true.
first date, second
No,
date,
that's
that
what
just
I'm
means
saying.
you ain't
No,
got it.
No, that's not true.
That's
them
yes,
being
it is.
No, it's them being
But that's-
responsible
but-
enough to know
but you have to
that they
understand-
can't go out there and do
but
some
you- no, no,
bullshit.
no, no,
That also
no, no,
depends.
no,
That also
no, no, no.
depends on the person.
But
But
you
Brian,
wouldn't
you have
have
to
stepped
understand,
out. You wouldn't have stepped out.
women just started being men now, so they in still the beginning stage of being men, right?
That's
So
true.
as a man, me and you know, you just just ain't got it, dog. You gotta wait till next week, or you just ain't got it. There is no special bill.
Man.
There is no nothing. That means that where your finances at right now, you can't do this. Kevin Hart had the best joke ever. When they said, you said, I hope you ready because we going to do the same thing tonight, nigga. No, listen, no. And he was like, he got to check in the savings and they don't line up that way. You know what I mean? So that's why the question, Brian, so I knew what direction you was going to go in. That's why I was like, no. How do women scale value, though? Because we know how to do that.
Yeah.
Like, we know how to scale value. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying women don't. I'm saying men don't understand how
Correct.
women
Thank you.
scale value. Because, like, there are things, like, right now, like, with Brian's, like, there are things that Brian have that I would look at and see as valuable. You know what I mean? But then there are things that, like you just said, when you was just, like, right now in the rip, you were just like, nah, I don't care about none of that first date, second date. That don't mean nothing to me. You know what I mean? Because I haven't even decided that you was a candidate for somebody I was going to see next week anyway.
Respectfully.
So how, then that's why I came up with the question. Well, shit, how do women scale value?
I think it's important too to like be able to go into dating somebody and being able to have the same standards you have on other people. I think you should be able to bring the same to the table. You know, I feel like personally, if I'm going into something, you know, anything that I want brought, like I can give, you know. So, but I agree with you as well, having like a good work ethic as a man, and I think, you know, where I'm at in my life, it comes down to, you know, a person you want to build with, not people that are just trying to have fun.
But that's what it is. The dating pool is shit.
It's
Yeah,
so
I'm
bad,
saying, it's
especially here,
dominant.
especially in the city. I can't. It's
I
just,
think I'm always yelling at JR, like, bro, get it together. We gotta get it together because I'm not dating.
no, seriously.
I don't want to date. I don't want to.
Yo, not for nothing. I've had that
I'm
conversation.
watching everything
Tori says it
go
all the
on.
time.
I've had that conversation with one of
I'm
my
like,
friends.
yeah.
Dipping your toes in contaminated
I
water.
looked at-
Oh my god.
She was talking about going single again. I looked at her and I was like, listen,
He said, you better
You gonna
talk
be-
to your man.
I apologize for getting on his nerves just now because where else you gonna go? It ain't nothing else out there, sis.
so scary.
You're
Oh
done.
my God.
You a couple kids in the game.
Tori says it, man. Tori says it all the time.
Give it up, gang.
It's
You're
just
done.
your time.
Oh my god.
I hate
Yeah.
when you say that, and it's so true though. I always hate it when you're like, "Yo, man, don't like." Just always remember, it's just your time. Like it's 2024, dude. It's
It's your turn.
time. Like
That ain't your girl. It's just your turn.
Yeah.
No, I say this all the time.
And
It ain't
I've
your girl.
literally
It's your
seen,
turn.
I've literally watched, and I'm not lying. I watched Tori, and he knows who the dude is too. He used to hang out with us frequently. I watched this dude like mad money, mad drinks. Like this girl's like, he put her on such a. I watched Tori walk over and grab him, and be like, listen, now look at me straight in the eyes. I'm gonna tell you this. That is not your girl. It is your turn for tonight. And he goes, because you don't want to know who she was with last night.
Damn.
I started dying laughing. He found out the hard way.
Right, and find out the hard way.
found out the hard way.
I feel like it's the same thing
Like,
with men though
damn.
out here too.
Nightlife people are nosy. We know
We're not,
Yeah.
we're not even nosy. We just ain't got nothing else to do but listen to people's
It's like
problems.
men and women out here.
No, that's not
But they
it
ain't got
either,
nothing
though.
else to do.
No,
bro.
I'm nosy.
Everybody in
I love
Manchester's
watching
dating
it
pool
all
is
go
just
down.
getting a taste
Everybody
of everybody.
talks.
It's just like
That's why I'm
a
nosy.
whirlpool
I'd be
Nobody
like,
goes
shuts
on.
the fuck up.
It's crazy.
Like me and Tori had a whole
The dating pool is the punch bowl at the fucking prom.
Yeah, right? We're just wondering who's gonna spike it.
Everybody's dipping they fucking cup in there. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. Like, and some people, like you said, some people are willing to spike the punch. Some people
No,
are
it's bad. The dating pool is bad, and the amount of people that don't care who they're dating is what's bad.
It's
I
terrifying.
just got my own little flask in my pocket.
Better to just be single, honestly.
Just gonna keep this one right here. You know, none of the rest of them.
No, this is why I feel like history repeats itself. Because at that point, you really be thinking like the old timers, like I gotta make it work.
Yep.
I can't get divorced.
Oh, it's only a matter of time before men just walking around clubbing women with a stick and like, this one's mine.
Jesus, Tori.
This one's mine. All right. You got to hide her in the cage. That's why men back in the day used to hide their women, because y'all was loosey-goosey, goddamn. Y'all always been loosey-goosey. This ain't something new, goddamn it. Well, the Battle of Troy was over what? A woman that was cheating.
That's true.
How she cheated with a king that far away? Goodness gracious. Let me tell you, women will find it.
Yep.
You know, ain't no better cheater on this planet than a woman.
Okay.
No better cheater.
no
on
better
this
cheater
planet.
on
Ooh,
this.
this is a good one. Elaborate
No
that.
better cheater. The
Than a
best, the
woman.
ultimate primate being of cheating is a woman.
Because the why? They don't get caught? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They don't get
like,
caught.
Not
you
just
mean?
that. It's not just that.
They
You know
don't
how
get
many
caught?
Men, you know how many men will actually stay with their girl if they cheated versus the other way
We used to
around?
have a song about that. Remember End of the
What
Road?
men, hold on a second. What men will stay with their
Boys
Wait, I
to
wanna
men.
hear- I
Boys
wanna
to
hear
men.
this.
End of the road. At the end, in the
Every-
credits, he was like, I knew you was with that other lady. But I stayed because I loved you. Look, you go, it's the end of the road. Yo, we got
for
all
real.
type of R&B music.
A lot of
I
men, a lot
don't
of men
wanna
talk.
know if you playing me. Keep it on the. Thank you. Look, yeah, look.
I'm just saying, you'd be surprised that
To be a woman you swore was the best woman on the planet, and your homie you playing pool with was cracking while you was at work. You don't even know. I just posted a video earlier today. The man best friend hit the wife, and they was trying to figure out who was the father of the kid. Look, you know what? I'm so glad I'm connected to the goddamn. I'm so glad I'm connected to this shit. Everybody finna hit this motherfucker. I'm finna play it right now. Hold on. I know I shared it. All right, y'all ready? I'm finna play it. Hold on.
You find out that she slept with your best friend.
Well, that's interesting. We were actually in a heated argument
We all
at
gonna
the
listen
time
to
that
it.
it occurred, but it kind of just got blurted out to me that Mr. Randolph could be a potential father for Prince.
Wait a minute. So
Look at
you're
his
in a
glasses.
heated argument
Oh
as
my
a couple, and just out of the blue she yells, and by the way, your best friend could be Prince's father?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
It was very emotional for me, being that it's my best friend and this is my woman.
Understandably.
Upon meeting with him, we kind of all agreed, me and him agreed that we definitely needed to find out what was going on.
I just want him to be able to understand that, and I am woman enough to admit that I made that mistake, and I want us to go forward from this situation regardless of the results, regardless of, even though in my heart I hope that it does show that he's the father, I just want us to still be able to be a family as we are.
Mr. Pace, you are not his father.
It was his friend. It was the friend.
Oh, man.
Oh, she crying.
Continuing on with the next result. It has also been determined by this court,
the daddy
Mr.
either.
Randolph, you are not.
Yeah. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. So
Oh,
let's kill that
Jesus
noise of what y'all was just trying to peach just now.
Oh no.
So not only was she sleeping with the man best friend, that she
had
was
another
it's
one.
somebody else.
Men don't do this.
Men definitely do this. 100%.
But not in successful marriages like that. Cause guess what? No, here's the crazy part. So guess what? You know what he gonna end up doing?
I
He's
feel
still
like-
gonna raise that
hold on.
kid.
I feel like
He's still gonna raise that kid.
as much as
These are examples of why men are the way they are right now. Because you got to understand, it wasn't women who came together and said, you know what, we're gonna build family homes and family tree. We're gonna work hard for our families and we're gonna build this for our families. You want to know why I know that? Because for the last 50 years, you had the fucking opportunity. You still ain't done it yet. Women as a whole still hasn't done it yet. Y'all haven't taken over the curve of saying everything that I do is going to be for me and for my family, and we're going to do everything we can to build generational wealth. We're going to build families. This nigga going to wash the dishes and fold the laundry and do all of that. We going to be the next apex predator of generations. No, y'all ain't do that. All y'all have done since y'all became in a point of power is point fingers at what men can and can't do. That's all y'all have done the entire time. Now you became equal, you still wondering why we ain't doing this and we ain't doing that. When in reality, you supposed to be focusing on being the best of what you are. Because that's what men did. Because the last thing that a man ever complained about while they was trying to figure their way up to the top is what a woman was doing. So now y'all apex predators now. Now y'all equal. Now y'all got y'all what you call independence. And what y'all do with it? Still bitching about men. Boss up.
I feel like this whole society is just so like lost with like values.
I
Like
don't
when
know
it
if I agree
comes
with all
to
that.
I mean, you can try to say you don't agree with it all, but
I
if you
agree
really
with-
think
I
about
agree
it.
with some of it. Like I said, we did kill a mold, but I don't really agree with all
All right,
of it.
let's
man.
rock the Lion King right now.
I just feel
Yo,
like I
facts.
feel like men, like
Let's rock the Lion King right now, right? Let's swap Simba and Nala right now. Let's swap them.
Nala,
Right now.
Didn't Nala not go and try to find Simba to fix the whole
No,
tribe?
no,
No,
she
hunting.
ran into him by
She did,
accident
she was
hunting
hunting.
Timon.
No.
Yes.
She was
yes,
out hunting.
yes, she was out hunting.
She was out hunting,
hunting
But
and
she
she was
said
gonna
that.
kill
We-
Timon.
And we also were.
Timon.
I've been looking for. Well, no. So I thought you were dead. You're right.
Y'all thought you were dead. Yes, they had already accepted that he was done for. He was toast.
So I think a lot of women.
Remember, Scar wanted to be with the women.
Yes, he did.
He wanted to be a hunter.
That's right.
gatherer.
He did. But
Yeah, so like,
I mean, again, I like I said.
that's why I
some of
say
what
when you
just said, I
swap the
agree.
roles, you're supposed to take on the responsibility of the role that you picked up. So if women are gonna pick up the boss role, if you're gonna pick up the role of a man, then you have to take all the responsibilities that come with it too. You can't just take the I'm independent and I can pay for myself. No, being a boss and being head of household did not mean that you can afford yourself. Being head of household means you had to take care of your kids, and now based off your status, the man too. How did you erase that? How did you take our?
Yeah, but there's a lot of women that will say that they're willing to switch the dynamics because this is what it's become.
That's what they say.
My
That's
friend,
what
like
they
for example,
say.
my
What
friend
they
says all the
say.
time.
What
She
they
goes,
say.
one of my closest friends. She always says, "Listen, if he wants to
'Cause
cook,
that-
clean, and take care of kids, I will gladly do whatever I have to do."
They
to provide."
say that though.
They say that, but
how many
if that was the
women
case-
actually do it?
It's been over 50 years. Like, I want to say 70, 75 plus
But
years
how many
now.
men actually are willing to do that?
What do you mean? We did it for thousands of years. Thousands.
I'm saying
What,
as
switch
far
roles
as switch
now?
the role. I'm saying.
It's a lot of men out there that swap roles.
I think there's a lot of men out there that do it now.
Now? There's a lot of bitches out there.
There's, no, there
There's
is.
a lot of them
There's
out
a fair
there.
amount.
I don't see it.
Yeah,
I don't see
shit.
it because I've also seen men that she's been with who she's given that opportunity to,
I
and
mean,
they
then-
still
Oh, of course.
failed.
I mean, but
how
if
can
she,
you feel
if
like
she
that?
dating in the same pool we just said was diluted, then I mean,
12%.
girl, you better download an app and change your
Like
radius.
location.
Change your
If you're
radius.
Across
pushing
the
further
country.
than this Manchester radius, then
Yeah, you
maybe
change your
there
radius.
is.
Go date you a nigga from Newark. And since you taking care of him, you can fly him in, baby girl. Fly him in. The women that fly their men from Africa to here for the first time. Did we have an episode with that one? I had an episode on the 304s when she brought him from Africa.
Jesus.
It was mad because he was at the afties. I'm just saying, if women are gonna take on that powerful role, you got to take everything that come with it, not the pieces you like. And that's the one argument. That's the one thing men have always hated about this whole big ass push between women being equal or whatever the case may be, because y'all are only taking up the easy parts. And it's just like, all right, whatever. You know what I mean? And then y'all are labeling it as hard, and y'all are labeling it as difficult. And then in my head, it was just like, well, what the fuck did you think we were doing? You know what I mean? Now you've come up with all these reasons to excommunicate men from your daily struggle in your daily life, and then now you're complaining about it. I don't understand. Pick one.
But that's
Because
the
you're
thing,
supposed
though.
to take
The
care of
thing
that
is
man.
again, we're talking about in this dynamic and where we are right now. That's not what's happening, though, Tori. It's not men that are sitting here. Like, it's not men that are sitting here, right, and they're willing to take that step back and do whatever they need to do because they're not in a position to provide that way. It's like they really want you to be submissive and do nothing so for you to be submissive all the time.
Well, because you ain't all the way got it either. So, like, we got to pick. Somebody got to be big dog in this house. Alpha, Omega. Both of us can't be alphas in one house. You can't have two alpha dogs in one tribe. That's it. They gonna
But
fight.
then why do you think the women try to turn to be that alpha person?
So here's the part. Now's
You get
my
what I'm
problem.
saying? So at
But that's
that
what I'm
point, I'm
saying.
like,
But
damn,
y'all
I
are
really
becoming
wish you could be
alpha.
alpha.
Y'all
I
are
want
becoming
you to be an
alpha,
alpha.
feeding
Please try
yourself
to be
and
an
not
alpha.
taking care of the pack is the problem. That's it. You're becoming an alpha, and then I got me and my pups, but fuck the rest of the pack.
I don't agree with that because I've also experienced and from what I've seen is them take care of the pack and the pack that
No,
added from your other pack that you had on another side.
not the pups. I'm talking about the pack.
The pack.
No, the pack. God damn it! You take care of the whole group. God damn it, the whole lineup. You know what I mean? I use dog as a reference, but like if I'm in a relationship, if I'm alpha woman right now, and I'm in a relationship
This is
with
what
a
I'm
man,
saying, the pack,
I take
so-
care of that man too.
The man and their kids.
I take care of the man and those kids. Guess what the man would have done? The same exact thing. He would have took everything in. He would have took everything in. Everything. He's taking everything. Shorty that work at McDonald's with the two kids from my other fucking relationship, he takes the whole goddamn thing.
we know
Not
that.
women.
We know that
Not
person that
women.
does
Women
that.
go, no, I'll take this piece and I'll take this
Okay,
piece.
so then I think maybe
and
I'm
then
thinking
you can
something-
have that.
Hold on, I think that this
Like
is from
what?
experience because I'm gonna tell you right now, the biggest thing that I think I messed up in as a woman is doing that, because then when it came time for the role to reverse, That never happened. I don't remember you doing that. Am I wrong? Like, at the end of the day, there's women that will sit there and be with somebody and then play that role. Like, all right, whatever, I got with you, you're messed up, this and that, right? You're not doing the right thing that you need to do with whatever baggage you have, so I'm going to help you fix your baggage over on that side. So I'm going to take care of your baggage, my baggage, fix all the baggage all together, and then you're still not doing, like, you can't fix it to flip that role again?
But you asked for that. Okay, so that's like those
And then
are.
you're upset because now you're upset
I'm not
because
upset.
she. No,
Oh, yeah,
hold
you're
on.
talking about you. Okay,
you're
you're
upset.
supposed to-
You're upset because now she can't sustain it because again that was hard for her to do in the first place.
But those are the risks men take. So that's my point. So
No,
the
that
risk
is.
that you taking
So
right
where's
now,
the balance though?
there
That's
is
what
no
I'm trying to get
balance.
at.
You're the alpha. You're supposed to just take it on the chin and keep it moving.
I don't think any relationship, we've said it before, I don't think any relationship is even healthy or ever supposed to be 50-50.
No, I don't believe in 50.
Not at all.
There's always going to be days where it's like 80-20, then the roles flip.
I don't
like,
believe in that either.
No,
There's
I
always
believe
gonna
that.
be
I
there's
do.
40,
I
40
believe
60.
I definitely
There's
believe
always
that.
going to be days.
1 minute where you're 80, the next minute they're 80,
Nope.
the next. I've seen that. I don't think
I
it
don't
ever
believe
has
that.
to be that way.
No, Tori,
really shouldn't
no,
be that
Tori,
way.
I feel like that's the healthy.
I-
But
I-
for our norm and what we're used to, it's more like 80,
That's what it
20
is
on the
right
man.
now.
Yeah.
No.
But
I tell people all the time, like you put everything you got into a relationship. You know what I mean?
That's what you're supposed to do.
Everything you
Yeah,
got.
but Tori, people
everything
fall, bro.
you got.
People fall, bro.
So what? You still got to put up everything you got.
Yeah,
you
but
can't
there's
pick and
days-
choose. You can't pick
No,
and
but
choose.
sometimes
Tori,
people
you
go
know,
through shit too.
Tori, you know who I am as a
Can't
person.
pick and choose. Then you're not ready to be. Then
You're
that's
not,
my point. You're not ready to be in a relationship. Then.
Because
That's
honestly,
it.
in a relationship,
What's up, homie?
you're supposed to see where all right, we could be like this, and then I see you coming down, but I'm already down here, so I gotta stop you here and be like, what are we gonna do to fix it so at least it's going this way? You gotta be able to do that, and then
You got to
and
be
then
solid enough.
You
for
also
yourself.
have to be able to be receptive to that, because when you're so used to being up here, you have that ego chip, no matter what it is, woman or male. So when you don't listen to that little voice telling you like, all right, shit's changing on you. So what are you gonna do about it? And you keep coming down, and this person's not telling you, I see it, the change. That's where the relationship part comes into play.
Right.
You have to be able to notice where things are changing. And then you don't, and if whoever's not gonna be receptive to it, that's where it's gonna start messing up. That's where things are gonna be like, well, you should have did this, or you could have done that more, or well, you know what, I was carrying you, so now I got messed up in the process of doing all this.
And
Like
at that point right there, the
relationship's over.
Right.
It is
Relationship
at this
is
point.
over. When you start asking what the other when you start worried about what the other
Other person
person is
wasn't
doing
doing, right.
and wasn't doing, your relationship is over. Because you automatically, your mindset at all times is what's best for our relationship. What should I do next? What's best for our relationship?
Yep.
What should I do next? It don't matter if the other person got it or don't got it. You supposed to make sure, all right, so I'm going to move, and this is the best move for us right now.
And then you know where it starts getting even nastier, and that is they start envying each other.
Yeah, resentment.
The envy, like everybody's envious of what each other are doing in the relationship. Well, you did this because of me, and I did that. Like that's like it just at that point, it's like there is nothing more.
Bro, it's like two homies counting favors. Or like last time we
Yep.
went out, bro, I spent $12 and I bought the pizza and I bought the drink. So this time you got about it. Then
Yeah, when you're getting like in the
now you count
nitty-gritty
favors.
and stuff, it's like not
all
even
right.
worth
So
it.
the last thing you ever want your relationship to be is transactional.
100%.
It's true.
You don't want a transactional relationship. The moment you start to notice that your relationship is transactional, it's not a relationship anymore. You guys are in an agreement. This is a sexual trade-off.
Or
Business-
even when you
business.
start, or
This
even
is
when
a
you
sex
like as
trade-off.
men, which me, I'm guilty of this. When me,
Now, at
and-
this point, I'm doing this, and this for sex. At this point,
At this
then
point,
you know what? You cool. I like you. I still want to keep smashing, so I'm gonna do this so we can do this. It's transactional.
No, and a
all
lot
right?
of it is.
Relationship over.
a lot of it is. I mean, even me, I'm guilty of the. All right, you pissing me off. Get your shit. Get out. That's the worst thing you could say to a man. And I've learned that.
My mama taught me that one.
Because then he's never going to trust you.
Correct.
Again.
So
He's
feel
never
secure.
going to trust you.
Ever.
Because then when you're in a position where you really want to settle down, or you keep reminding him, well, this apartment's in my name, or
Yep.
this and that. Now it's like,
There's no stability.
why am I going to want to have the rest of my life with you? Because
Or
at that point, I don't
safety.
trust you.
Correct.
Whether it's in your name or it's not. Now, like I said, this is something that I've experienced that I'm guilty of. So I know that. I know why certain steps couldn't be taken, because that's what I said. I said it all the time. Oh, when I was pissed. This shit was bagged up in 50. I've never moved faster in my life. But I've learned that that's not how you handle things. That's not like a living situation really ain't something to play with, straight up.
I sleep on the bench.
Before,
sleep in the car.
before, right? Like it really
I won't
isn't.
sleep at all. I go fucking work out at Planet Fitness for 6 hours. Like, damn, bro, you've been walking on that treadmill for like 4 hours now. I'm pretending I'm going somewhere, goddamn. Pretending I'm going somewhere.
Yeah, but no, but this is a
I-
conversation my dad just had with me. Like, you don't play with somebody's living situation.
I don't know. I just it's like I said, like just get back on topic here is that's the one thing that I've noticed, that a lot of women who call themselves boss babes, independent individual do, is that like they picked bits and pieces of being alpha on top and then left the rest there, and then like now are trying to say like, hey, this is your portion, and it's just like nah, all of that is yours right there. All of this is yours, and if you want to be the boss and you want to be the alpha omega, you want to be queen, like these are all your responsibilities. Like that's it, and that's the only thing I hate.
Everybody wants to be the boss. So if somebody calls out on Christmas and you're gonna pick that shift
You gotta
up.
pick that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, no, I don't know.
Because I'm not doing it.
I think we closed that day.
Definitely close that
We
day.
closed that day. I'm gonna go ahead and close. Oh man! All right, that was that was a good one. That was good. The next one I had for women. I'm glad y'all here. You know, the next one I had is, how do y'all think OnlyFans affected the image of women?
No,
Well, we've been talking about how independent and how bossed up y'all was. All right, cool. So how do you think OnlyFans affects that image?
I mean, I never tapped into the OnlyFans thing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I never really.
Me either.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I heard it was a thing.
When you say you never tapped into
Like,
it,
I never like really. Is it so? OnlyFans is kind of like the same thing that was there before. What were the girls from Manchester doing?
Backpage.
Yes,
No,
it's like the
it's
same
different.
thing.
It's different from Backpage.
Okay, so it's more of a
Backpage is for
live
meetups.
stream.
So it's basically like a page that people can pay subscriptions to and
Watch you do freaky shit.
watch you do freaky shit, whatever that is that you want to do. You know, I mean, there's
Oh, like okay, so yes, that's the one with
It's
the foot fetishes
Content.
and the
It's content
lips.
creation.
it's like content.
And you have the option to do custom content creation for a tip.
So what? So you think that? Ask the question again.
So how do you think that affects the image of women? Now that we've gone through the OnlyFans phase, now that COVID's over, and now that, you know what I mean, like now that it's like, all right, now you can leave your house now. You know, you ain't got to make
for
foot
me,
videos.
You
at
want
home
my
no more.
honest opinion?
I'll
never knock
don't
a
lie
dollar.
on no
I'll never
chaser.
I'll never knock a dollar because, respectfully,
Hustlers
I mean, I may not do it, but a lot of men are slinging dick videos for free.
or sending them in our
They,
DMs.
yo, the DMs is crazy.
I can't.
Yo.
My whole plan.
Yo.
Real? I know you.
Yo.
She's like, I got a collection.
Yo, it's really nasty. Like, so
It is.
obviously I'm trying to get my followings up, right? So I'll click, boom, boom, I'll add
just trying to
everybody.
figure out
boom, 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 boom.
why.
Then I gotta wait till I gotta weed through the trash. Now the trash is not somebody just bothering me. The trash is dick.
Why though?
JR will freak out. He'll be like, "What is this? Why is that?"
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like,
I've never understood why men do that.
Well, I need y'all to know. I'm gonna tell you this right thing. Any woman that told you that they wanted to see your dick in a picture, maybe she just didn't get right dick. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I don't want to see it in a picture. That's nasty.
Especially if I don't know you. Like, it's weird.
Even if I know you, I still don't want to see it in a picture.
Yeah.
I stand on behalf of a generation of men who've sent dick pics and got laid after, so I don't know what y'all talking about.
It may help. It may help. But it's just to me, as I get older, it just is not something I want to see in my phone.
No,
Because I mean,
neither.
me sending you a
Have
picture,
I ever- have
a
I
picture
ever-
of Gucci gonna tell you it's tight.
I'm not gonna sit. Listen. I've done some crazy
I don't know.
shit.
Listen, I'm not in any of that shit.
I've
so.
done some crazy shit over my 35 years of existence, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I've never done it before. But I will tell
I bet
you,
a bunch of you have.
I have a higher,
To random people.
like 50%
Like you
success
add
rate.
hold on.
50%. If I had to put a percentage on it,
Wow, that's wild to me.
50-50.
I wouldn't think so.
50-50.
Right. My whole thing is this though.
A lot of women say they don't like seeing dick pics, but like they don't like seeing dick pics from niggas that they don't like.
Correct.
But do you add? So my thing is, would you I'm asking this. No, come on, for real. Are you like, I'm gonna add a bunch of people today,
I'm just gonna send them all.
and I'm just gonna fling it through there?
They're probably like, today's my lucky day. You know.
Have you done this?
So, like-
I'm asking you. You said you'd be honest on the.
Yes. So like when we used to.
Sorry.
No bullshit.
No shame in his game.
No bullshit. No, we used to. So one of my boys got out of jail or whatever, and it's Kennedy King College in Chicago, and like he used to go there to get his GED or whatever. So what I did was I applied to get my GED. I already have a high school diploma. This is how dumb the system is. So I applied to get my GED just so I can get an ID, so I can get into Kennedy King College too, and we would do that.
Trolling you.
Huh? Oh, and we would do that. We would we would just send random dick pics to girls sitting in the lunchroom.
Damn, bro. I honestly,
Yeah.
I would never think that.
Yeah.
So the self-confidence in men is a lot higher than I thought it would be. To be
I
fair,
mean-
I'm not lying. I'm being honest.
So I mean, at that point, let's ask your question again.
Do you think OnlyFans diminishes the vision of women now in 2025?
No, not wait. Did you just change it?
Well, I don't remember how I asked it earlier.
That was not what you said.
How has OnlyFans
affected your image. Yeah, same thing.
I mean,
How has it affected your
shouldn't
image?
when men are doing that.
Okay, so like I don't know why women keep comparing themselves to men. We are not the same, bro. You have to understand, men don't give a fuck about none of this shit. Like we don't
Okay,
care.
but they're-
We're
so-
only having this conversation because women care. That's it. It's
Yes,
not men, don't.
I understand that, but what that leads to the point that I'm trying to make is right there.
Also,
So you're
men
trying
are.
to say like
they're
fuck
putting
it,
a value
50-50.
on it. They're putting
Yeah,
a number
but
on it. You
men
have to
aren't
pay,
in
okay?
but men aren't currently right now in a transitional phase where they're trying to gain some type of participation
I'm
trophy for being
downloading
adults.
OnlyFans. I want to see what's going on. You have to pay to subscribe, correct?
No, not necessarily. Some of them are free.
Oh man.
Are they really?
Yes. So some of them are free and they do pay-per-view.
Oh, they make themselves pay per view.
Pay-per-view, yeah.
This is funny.
They pay-per-view. They do live streams and shit like that.
But you got most of them you're paying for. The point of it is to get payment, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I mean, those that are not doing it, that are doing it for free, y'all stupid. Well, I say that all the time. Remember, like even the strippers that come to the club and they just dance on the floor, roll around, do all this shit. I'm sorry, that happened this weekend. Yeah, but the girls that were doing it, they were actually whatever. People were watching them, so clearly they were being entertained.
Wait, this weekend, right?
Yes, they were
How
entertainment.
the fuck did I miss that?
They were entertainment, but the point of the problem is this is where
I do that at my
the stripper.
job.
What is the stripper code where they say you messing up the money for all of us when you do shit like that because
Not necessarily.
you're doing it for free. Like you're not even getting money thrown at you and you just roll
Well,
all over
that's
the
because
floor.
but that's because the bottle girls start crying about it. 'Cause if I remember correctly, how it used to be is these girls would pull up, they would dance, the guys would throw money, they would pick it up because the guys would
started
throw
arguing.
money. at
No,
them
it
dancing.
was 'cause I
and
told
then
them
the
all
bottle
the time.
girls would get salty because they like, well, it's my section and I should get those dollars that I didn't do nothing for.
They're really
I mean, I definitely-
I didn't do nothing for. You know, I shook my ass and they gave me gratuity. She shook her ass. She got $200. This is bullshit. Like, I get it. Like, I understand your argument, right? And for the record, I sided with the bottle girls. If the money goes in the bottle girls section, that's the bottle girls' money. If you want to be a stripper, the strip club is in Bedford. Take your ass
Respectfully.
over there. For the record, but at the same time, that doesn't mean that I agree with the concept. Yo, if that girl shook her ass for that bread and you didn't even obviously you wouldn't have no bread on the floor in your section if she wasn't shaking ass. So that's another thing, a division of women that shouldn't exist.
well,
'cause
first of all, the
you should have
musty,
just tipped her out.
dusty girls that did it that night at Biggie were musty and dusty and never should have been doing it in the first place.
Agreed.
My event, I can say it. I stand on it. I don't take it back.
I don't know.
So that's just how I feel.
Shout out to my boy Be Easy, because when we did them, we had the top tiers.
Yeah, I know.
We had top tier strippers. I don't know what y'all ended up with, but we had top tier.
Respectfully, it was never ordered.
No, I don't know.
Nothing in what I said, like, I want strippers.
I don't know. We actually booked them, so like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
well, I never did.
We had fun.
And you know how I am. I'm not booking no strippers.
I
All
like
right,
strippers.
next, because we ain't talking about club talk no more. That's
Why we can't
stupid.
talk about strippers?
Club talk helps
They're
a lot.
women. Strippers are women too.
Man, listen, I ain't trying to hear that shit. When bottle girls are bitching about strippers when they wear the same clothes, do the same goddamn shit, just go work in Bedford and make more money on a Saturday night versus me going at the
Oh
club.
no.
No, hold on, Brian.
Oh
have,
no.
you, have you ever been to the strip clubs down south?
Hell no, I don't go to strip clubs.
Okay, well, that's why you think they do the same thing, because they don't.
We're talking. We don't get.
This is why he don't.
You talking about
This is why
millennium?
Brian.
That is a whole
This
different
is why
thing.
Brian doesn't own any No Chaser merchandise. Did you just say you don't go?
To a strip club down south.
Whole lot of cop there. Like, no, strip clubs. I don't know. I don't think.
Hold on. Oh no, we did. We went one
I don't
time.
think strippers-
We went one time.
I don't
So
think
we went one
strippers at
time.
Millennial.
Girl sat on my leg. I said, "Get the fuck off me and don't ever fucking come near me again." Take your fake ass. No lies. I said, "Take your fake ass and go in the fucking back. Do whatever you gotta do. Get away from me."
I don't think.
That's what I'm saying. Whatever you guys experience at this strip club,
Yeah,
Nah, it's not even
'Cause
about
that
that.
shit's
I'm just saying.
different.
I'm not.
that's actually a
into
good question. You think strippers at Millennial make more than our bottle girls? The bottle
Who
girls.
knows? I mean, there's about 50 people in both when we were there. So what's the difference? You got six,
don't know.
six
I don't know.
people. Listen,
Like the bottle girls. make
all
it
summer
more.
long when we were there, there was
Bottle
six
girls
people.
make more
There was
money.
6
the
people.
bottle girls make more money.
Bottle girls kick up.
In the Bedford strip club,
I had
absolutely.
to count one of my.
Probably.
I had to count one of our bottle girls tips one day, and I was like, God
Yo,
damn, you made more than me.
yeah,
Like
they
shit.
sure do.
No, I think they make good money. I don't know.
That's just fuck it.
He said,
Brian.
I don't want to talk about
Brian.
strippers. Man, I ain't never need damn strippers.
Next topic. Next.
I understand why. No, I understand.
Black people.
I just know why it's a sore subject for him.
Oh, I wasn't even laughing about that, but
I am.
yep. Now you love
First-
black people even more.
First of all,
Next.
All right, next topic. The friggin' Tory.
oh man, oh god, oh man.
I'm
I
so disappointed that nobody called in.
Oh yeah, no. Oh shit.
Well, Morgan had something to say. Morgan always got something to say. Morgan, what are you saying? I do agree with what everything that y'all are saying, but if you're in a relationship and there is an eviction notice on the door, then isn't it both of your problem? Not if you
No.
took that load in. I want my man to not feel
No.
stressed out about money, honey. So then it's really your problem. That's really what it comes down to.
I mean,
Like
eviction
if
notice.
you like, wouldn't you both team up and figure it out for the kids?
I mean, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're
This
supposed to
doesn't
do,
mean-
but that's
doesn't
not
mean
what's gonna happen.
That's not what you. Yeah, no.
This is 2025.
That's in a land of la because that is not what happened.
La La Land.
Most of the time when the money is messed up, if he wasn't already giving private prior to that, he's not going to start giving after that.
Yeah, because we got to remember eviction notice is like 60 days later. So like,
60. Oh, no, I
No,
think
not
more than
nowadays. No, it's less nowadays.
Really?
A demand for rent goes out. What?
30 days.
No, a demand for rent can go right out legally. It can go out. I think it's like 14 days after you're past
Holy
due.
shit.
You have to the 5th legally to pay your rent, and then after that you have 7 days. I
Oh,
believe.
they got a grace period.
Listen, my landlord,
Never
he'd be
grace
on
period.
it. He'd be like, demand for rent on the 11th of every month.
Damn.
I'd be like, all right. And then if I don't pay whatever I owe, then I'm screwed.
My landlord the shit. I just be like, yo, bro, I was asleep.
I've also lived where I was for 11 years, and I've watched this man
I was
get
like, yo,
burnt.
it's not that I don't have the money. I'm just tired, bro. Like, when I get up next, I got you. But like,
That's
yo.
you know what's crazy though is that's how hard at times it is right now that they're worried about getting paid.
It's hard for everybody right
Like
now.
they need to get paid. And like
Oh, yeah,
before
no.
they would front it because they knew like people
hard
were
for
good.
everybody, man. This
People ain't good now.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna say it right out. It ain't hard for everybody. This y'all fault. Y'all created this bullshit ass era. Like we gonna sit here and pretend. That's why we go back to accountability. Man, women created this bullshit ass era we live in today. Trying to do shit your damn selves. You just like those kids, right? Remember when your kids wanted to make breakfast for the first time and all they do is make a big ass fucking mess in the kitchen that I'm gonna have to go clean up after? That's how I feel about women in this fucking independent era. Congratulations. You made breakfast. Now we gotta clean this shit
I
up
don't even
because y'all
agree
didn't
with
know
that,
what the
bro.
fuck y'all was doing.
I don't even agree with that because like I said I'm
I don't agree with that.
I'm not throwing stones that way, but you
I'm
know,
throwing boulders.
you know how easy
I'm throwing
No.
boulders,
Like,
man. Like I'm
you know,
calling it what
if-
it is.
No, bro, because remember I told you I showed you on my pay stub the other day. They take like $700 fucking week out to go to whatever the state tax and shit is. But like, dude,
Schools.
women wouldn't have it as easy if they didn't get child support and the help from fucking 4 billion people that live in the United States.
Take my headphones off. We start talking about women who talk about
You know what I
shit
mean?
about men.
So think
and
about it.
collect.
A woman will get child support.
I hate an independent woman
which
on
is
state
fucking
assistance.
what 20% of a man's paycheck sometimes, or 30, depending on the kid and age. So they already get that,
So
which is
can I
already
ask you a
taxed.
question?
But no, it's already taxed from the man's check, and then if they get heat assistant and they get room, like your apartment assistant, and then on top of it they get food assistant.
ask you,
So
now,
like,
is
no,
that-
what the
hold on, I
fuck?
wanna ask-
That's
I wanna
like
ask Brian a
fucking-
question.
That's like $3
I
grand
have
a fucking
question. I have a
month.
question. Now, do you think that the child support isn't allotted with that income?
Fuck no.
It is. From experience, from somebody that's needed help, it is. If I get child support from my deadbeat baby daddy
Yeah.
who never did shit for my kid, that comes out of the money that they're gonna give me.
It does.
It does.
Comes out of the money that
So they'll give
No,
you
I
an
know.
allotted amount that they think that you should get. Now, let me make something.
No, I
very
get it,
clear.
but what I'm
they
saying,
they take that money out of it,
but what I'm
so it's
saying was-
considered an income that I'm getting.
But when you get when the man's check's already on top of him paying child support, he's getting whacked his fucking taxes, which still ends up going to you because you have food stamps and
No,
all the
honey,
others.
they only get whacked if they don't pay child support. So if, for example, he didn't pay child support for 5 years, so
that's
when
back
he
child
filed
support.
it, I got
I
paid
get
his
it.
back. That's all.
No, I
it
get
was.
it. I get that.
They don't
Think
trust me.
about
They
it.
don't. And if you get overpaid, they'll take that shit right back.
If you get overpaid, if
Yeah,
but what I'm
they're
saying
they
is think
usually
about
stay
it.
on top of it,
But
so you
think
don't.
about it. Think about it though. Okay, so like
I love this talk. Let's
No.
talk about it because I love
because think
child
about it. I know
support
you.
talk.
But listen, so child support comes out of his check
Right.
automatically.
Yep.
Now, on top of that, he still has to pay taxes. Correct. He does not exempt.
Why
from-
would he not?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Am I a
He has
mom? Do
to.
I have to pay taxes?
Okay, huh? Yeah, no, I'm saying everybody
Yeah.
pays taxes.
Okay.
So now he's getting taxed again. But now you say you don't. Now, I'm not
It's
saying
not
you.
a
I'm not
second-
saying
it's
you.
not a
sorry.
second tax.
Don't let. Yeah, cool, we're all of our checks get taxed. Every one of us.
No, I'm saying it's not a second tax. Like he doesn't get taxed twice. Like what do you mean? I don't get what you're saying.
Okay. So he gets you. Like say you get child support.
Okay.
That comes out of his check.
Right.
But now on top of that.
Oh, he still gets his
He
taxes
still has to
taken
pay
out.
taxes taken out.
Yep.
Right. Like anybody
Okay,
would.
okay, now hold on. Now from there, okay, now from the men's side of it, okay, now your girl, your baby mama, whatever you want to call her, she gets heat assistant in the winter, electrical assistant.
Yep.
She gets government grants for school.
Yep.
She gets
Don't forget fuel assistance,
fuel assistance.
That's what he just said.
Medicare.
She gets some of them will get SSI,
Yeah, that was a
which
good
is very easy for them to do as a single mom.
one. Throw in those
Now, hold
food
on.
stamps.
Food stamps. Okay, so now all said and done at the end of the month, on top of with child support, they get 3, 4, 5,000.
I just want to know in what.
So now,
land-
hold on.
Who did you mess
So
with
now-
that they got
no.
all that? Because they need to show me something.
But what I'm
Because that's a lot of fucking money to
Well,
coming
it's
together at once.
And the math he doing, that's literally 3
so
kids.
Now, so now hold on. So now you take
If you
that
have 3
and-
kids.
So now you get. I'm just saying you get. Say you get that 3,000. You're 100% right. You don't need no fucking man.
Yep.
Because you got 400 or
But
4
I-
billion
but
people.
I think
that
okay.
are
So
helping
this is
you.
good for this is a great. I love this topic
Yep.
because I'm gonna tell you something right now. You guys really don't understand that is not how it works.
Well, first
Well,
of all,
I've and I'm not gonna say this is what. Hold on, let me take it back. In some cases, yes, you're right. I've seen
I was
that.
gonna say I've definitely seen.
I've seen that in
I've
some
seen
cases, but
women
those are like the
cake
ones that are
the
good.
Fuck off.
Those ones that are the good, but for women that, for example, me, when I'm in a hard position or I was in a hard position and I needed that help. Yeah, let me hydrate. So when I did need that help or I was in that position, right? You have to understand that I had to stop grinding and working 60 plus hours a week or 80 hours a week when I was doing so that I could make sure I was doing what I could for my kids. I had to cold turkey stop that, right? I basically had to be like, state, I need you. That's what I had to do, like literally.
Yeah, I know.
I couldn't make extra money on it. Like, I couldn't, that's why welfare has always been a hard thing for me because in all reality, like, I've always been the type of person, like, nothing's ever enough for me. You know what I mean? And it puts you in a position where like, you can't live off of welfare. You can't.
I know.
Wholeheartedly, you
I don't
cannot.
believe
I don't
that.
care what.
I don't believe that.
I promise you.
I don't believe that.
If you
I've
do,
seen it.
If you do, you minimalize your life. Point blank period.
Of
So if-
Absolutely.
So if you live off of it, that means that you're okay with never traveling. You're okay with
Yup.
never being able to get fly. You're
Yup.
okay with never being able to
But
see to do something
but what
separate or
Brian
differently.
is saying is that at least you have the fucking option.
We as men don't have that option.
don't have that
I've seen
option.
single dads where their mothers are bums that get the same opportunity. It's about the kids. It's really not about
That- I don't-
Do women use the kids
No.
sometimes? Absolutely. I believe
Hold on,
that.
whoa. I don't believe that.
But that's not no. Okay, I
Your
didn't
tax
think
bracket.
that was-
Your tax bracket's got to be under 20,000 a year.
correct.
You
To
can
get
you
that
make
level that
you
we
make,
talking about?
You
No.
make $20,000 a year just working at McDonald's at minimum wage now.
So,
minimum at 15.
So this is my
what
whole
they
thing is
advertise.
this. So you guys are saying about the women. It's
No,
messed
no.
up that they want to do all that and they get child support. So why can't a man just make sure that his baby mama's good? Help out and make his mom good. Because Tori, you can't say it because you're a prime example of someone that says that no matter what, your baby mother's good, right?
So like no, but not bullshit. But then like so now I'm gonna speak from the hood on this one. But you have women who make that impossible specifically so that they can garnish that assistance, bro.
Thank you.
I've seen women straight up lie.
No, okay, so yeah, no, that's
Lie.
I've watched Jazz, the field that I'm in. I work at gas stations, convenience stores. We build them, right? I've watched men and women go in and say, "I can only work 10 hours a week. I will take the weekends and I will take off days
Absolutely.
so that I can keep my assistance."
Because you know what it is? Because you know what the crazy part is without it, guess what? They still are not going to have it.
I know it's crazy because like okay,
I'm not
so,
disagreeing.
Hold on,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
saying-
Like, I'm just-
hold on,
I'm saying.
hold on.
But
I want
what
to
I'm
say this
saying
right here
is-
for the comments right now. Janine, literally look at the comment above you. So you saying you wish it was how I wish it was how Brian was trying to say it. Now look at the comment right above you. Literally right above you. Someone saying, "I get all that. Thanks." So like it happens, yo. It may not have happened to you. It may not have happened to others, but there are people out there who like that's it. Like who understand the system better than you, or whatever the
All
case
I'm
may
saying-
be. But all he's really saying is like men don't have that option because a lot of the times the man already has a job that doesn't qualify him for half of those things that he just named a woman will qualify for. Because if I'm working, but I'm making a
but the woman's-
$45K a year job, I don't get that assistance, bro. I'm denied.
It's not just that. What I'm also trying to say.
No. What you're saying is totally different because what he just was talking about was you started with the child support aspect of it.
Right.
This is why I said I'm interested in the conversation, not because of all the other stuff. Yes. The
Okay, so
assistance-
child support, let's keep it a
the
buck.
child-
All I got to do is piss you off. All I got to do is call you a bitch one day and I'm on child support.
I mean, at the end of the day, the way I look at it,
That's
is
all I gotta
this.
do.
A man is gonna dictate whether he goes on child support or not.
Let me
Period.
call my baby mama a
If
hoe
you
right now. I'm on
provide,
child
if you
support tomorrow.
provide equally for your child, you should never
Bullshit.
have to be on child support.
That's
Bullshit.
not true.
You right. No, you right. What she's saying is right, but that ain't
Yeah, no,
fucking
right, that
reality.
ain't reality.
All I gotta do is call my baby mama a bitch, a whore, a cunt right now, and I'm on child support by the morning. What
Okay,
you
but
talking
why?
about?
But why does it? You and her are not together. You don't share no relations beside your child. There's no reason for you to ever have to.
Because
disrespect
women are
her.
vindictive. You're vindictive creatures.
Oh my Lord.
Women are vindictive creatures. Let's be real. Let's
I
keep
mean,
it real.
but
Look at how
I'm
y'all
just-
treat each other. God forbid, baby
But-
daddy.
But listen, at the end of the day, Tori, you and your baby mother haven't been together for how long? So why would you even allow yourself to have to get out of character and go that way in the first place?
Bro, that-
y'all don't
that's
even
ma-
live in the same city.
That's maturity. That's
That is
different.
maturity.
It didn't.
So that's
it
what
wasn't
it comes
always
down
like
to.
that, nigga.
That's what it comes down to. Half of the time when men end up on child support, it's because of what they've done. Let me tell you something right now. I gave my baby daddy 365 days. Any of my friends could tell you. I had him. I cried about it. I took care of Xavier. I said, yo, you got 365 days to get your shit together. If you don't, on that 365th day, I went and I did child support. Now it's, can you please send a letter so that I don't get
Yes.
my license taken away?
Yo.
No, because you know what? When it was a very simple conversation, all you had to do was say, I'm going to give you this, and I follow through with it, and then anything you need, if I have it, I can. That's really what it comes down to. That's what you guys really don't get. It's-
Your
no,
logic
because
is
we have-
1 in a million.
No, it's not. Because I'm gonna tell you right now,
No.
I watch us women fuck ourselves every fucking time we try to understand why our baby daddy can't be a dad. Let's really talk about it.
Boom, and let me go ahead and boomerang that back
We
to
do
you
this
with the
to ourselves.
accountability world. You do this, thank you. Oh
The
my God. I love
accountability.
that.
Right.
I love that you said that. Y'all do that to y'all.
We
Fuck
do.
yourselves. I hate that
Exactly.
it's our problem.
So that's why when it
you
comes
can
to child
terminate a
support-
baby, but I can't terminate my motherfucking existence to it. That's crazy.
That's a fact.
I think that's crazy that you can abort a baby just because you don't want it without the man ever knowing. He can say, no, I don't want you to abort the baby. You can abort that motherfucker. He should be able to abort himself from it.
90% of the time, why they want to abort it because they know it's gonna be like
And
they
then
aborted the baby daddy anyways.
Okay, so then let's talk about this. So like now you're in a situation, because I've been in this situation before where I was like, hey, so listen, I don't have a problem with you, and I think we got a great relationship going on, but I know goddamn well I cannot financially take care of a child right now. And that's what the abortion came in from, that conversation right then and there. There are women who still have the kid. After he goes, hey, so listen, I can't financially take care of a kid right now. Oh, well, I'm having a baby. Oh, well. Now this nigga on child support working at Family Dollar making $122 every 2 weeks, and then you on Facebook saying he ain't shit nigga. He can't take care of his kids. He a bum. Why he ain't never in his child's life? Because the nigga at Family Dollar from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. He had auto fare from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then he's somewhere overnight sweeping as a janitor from fucking midnight to 4 a.m.
I do want to say, listen.
To go home and then eat ramen noodles and then hopefully think he got enough for some my player points on 2K. That's it.
And you know what? And to those guys, I applaud them because at the end of the day,
they're struggling.
They are struggling, but at the end of the day, listen to me. I understand what you're saying when it comes to that, but the way I look at it is this: I'm talking about of experience of the things that I see around me. Is I don't agree that every man needs to be on child support or every baby mother is a saint. Because let me tell you right now, I watch. And I see the pettiest of shit. Like, maybe just because me and my oldest's father, we weren't ever in a position where we had to beef with each other. Because I really didn't give a fuck about the nigga. I fucked my son up because I really never loved the man. You know what I mean? So, like, at the end of the day, I had a kid with a man that I wasn't in love with. So I didn't care about trying to fucking fight with you and argue with you. Like, why can't you be a dad? Why can't you? Like, I don't got time for that shit. We had a couple arguments, yeah, but it never was something I was so wholeheartedly, like, fixated on. Like, no, it was very simple. Get on child support. Whenever you file your taxes, I'm screwing you over. Thank you for the extra money, and I'm probably going to go to Disney with it or some shit. Like, that's really what it came down to. But when it really comes down and knuckles down to it, it's all about the communication. Men, nowadays, if you know what I hate? And this is women's fault, too. Because I feel like women, we say things just to piss the person off. Like, I hate when a man will say, well, that money goes to my kid. That money is not supposed to go to your hair or your nails.
Facts. Facts.
You're absolutely right. It's not supposed to go to those things. But at the end of the day, if I put my $900 check and I pay my rent, right? And I take my $500 and I pay my gas, lights, electric, and my cable, and I take the cash that you hand me and I go get my hair done, did I not already put that bread up to take care of your child?
Nope. You took care of the bills that you was going to have to take care of anyway. I ain't trying to hear that bullshit. I'm trying to hear that shit.
See, that's bitterness.
No, that's not bitterness. You want to know why it's not bitterness? Because I've been in it. Nope. I want to know why it's not bitterness? Because guess what?
How is that not right?
You want to know? Listen. I still had to pay my motherfucking heat bill. I still had to pay my rent. I still had to pay my gas. I still had to pay my car note. I still had to pay my insurance. And wait for you to decide that I can take my kids and come bring them over to my house in the first place. I still had to pay all of that. Minus every fucking deduction on top of that. So that they can live at your house. So if I take the little bit of fucking money I got left and I give it to you, I want to see it on my fucking kids. Because guess what?
That is seeing it on
watch
your kids.
this. No, it's not.
No. Your bills are paid.
No.
You would have
I
those bills
still
anyway.
have to pay the same fucking bills.
You do.
I still have to pay the same bills.
Okay, so let's talk about
I don't live in the same house as you.
Oh my God.
Fuck that. I want to see it on my kids.
Half of you baby fathers out there are not 50-50 parents, though. You don't do the football thing. You don't do the basketball thing. You don't do the pick up the drop off thing. You don't go to the store and have to buy the tux and put them on the back.
Because I'm stuck at work. Because I'm stuck at work. Because I have to now work extra to pull up the balance and the difference for having the kids. I don't have the same assistance as you.
No, Tori, at the end of the day, we're not talking, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about in general. We're talking about when it comes down to it, what really leads women to do child support. Yes, maybe in experiences that you've had or you know what have. I'm talking about the people around us, the things that we've heard from friends and family. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, let's really talk about it. 90% of these motherfuckers around us just ain't shit dads. Period. I will literally sit
here. But they were ain't shit dads before you fucked them. So it's not crazy to me. It's crazy to me that you had the option to have this kid or not, knowing goddamn well that you knew this dude is ain't shit, the dude is trash, the dude is garbage. You're gonna procreate with him.
Right, and that was the first thing I said. I said that's also our fault because we did that.
Okay, but so now to go and say, all right, now I'm gonna put him on child. This is, oh my God, this is why I love my son's mom. Now to go and try to put somebody on child support who don't have their life together already. You're adding an L to his life right there. You are crippling the father of your children. How the fuck is he supposed to now pay child support and do all these fucking basketball, football? Like, you took all his money already. It's gone.
No, but this is
It's gone.
yeah,
What the fuck are you? No, you didn't get a nigga.
Okay,
That's
so
my problem.
hold on.
You didn't get a football player pregnant, bitch. You didn't get an NBA player pregnant, bitch. You didn't get a lawyer pregnant, bitch. You got a hood nigga pregnant who worked at fucking the mall. The nigga work at Foot Locker. The nigga probably do construction or some shit on the low end where he doing the
No, you're
cleanup.
right,
He's
you're
not a
right.
fucking
But this is the thing,
salesman.
though, I
The
never-
nigga's broke. The nigga check is gonna say every 2 weeks it's gonna say $1,200. You got one kid, it's gonna say minus 364. You got two kids, minus 364, minus 275. And then after he pays his phone bill, his rent, his car note, and everything like that, the first thing he thinks to himself is, I need to find another motherfucking job. And if he can't find another motherfucking job, I only got $200 to $300 of my motherfucking money left to enjoy.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
Yeah, but listen though.
Am I
that's
gonna?
it.
No. I didn't work 14 fucking hours, 7 days a week in order to fucking give you this child support money. You still asking me for money. You still asking me for my fucking time. The time you took from me because now I have to work extra to pay the child support in the first place. That's what I'm trying. That's what Brian trying to say. Like the shit rolls downhill. Had you never put this nigga on child support, he'd have been able to work a regular ass job.
Yeah, but this is what I'm trying to
And
explain
pay
to
that
you.
money.
But this is what I'm trying to explain to you. It's not about that because again, there's some people that put themselves on child support. Believe it or not.
Yeah, because the bitch is
They're
that goddamn
greedy.
problematic.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to explain to you is, had it been that a lot of in this generation and what we're dealing with right now is if it's men that are willing to do. For example, my baby daddy was on child support in the beginning, right? Not even bring up my personal shit, but at the end of the day, I told him, I said, you know where you fuck up, why you and this girl are always off, is because you don't know how to be consistent. When you're consistent, as a woman, all we want is consistency.
That's not
Some
how
of
life
us-
works. Life has never been consistent.
You know, that's not what I'm trying to explain to you, but listen, it's at a point where it's like, listen, no matter what, as long as she knows that she can depend on you and you prove to her and you show her, then you guys can come to a point where everybody has an agreement.
You could wipe every baby mama off the planet right now, and I promise you we'd figure it out. I promise you. You could wipe every baby mama off this planet right now. But if you wipe every man off this planet, y'all would swim. Y'all would sink. It's already a
man?
proven fact.
A man?
You wipe every baby daddy off this planet right now, and it's just all single moms. Y'all would sink. Right now, the statistics right now for single moms, y'all are doing trash. Y'all are doing horrible. Yo, the penitentiaries and the teen penitentiaries right now, the percentage of those kids coming from single mother homes, high as fuck. High as fuck. Like education levels, the all-time lows we've ever seen whatsoever from single mom. No, I'm not trying
Yes,
to hear
because
it.
single moms have to provide in the household.
Not if they're getting all that assistance.
What are you doing with all the
What?
assistance you
But
getting?
This
Like,
is the thing that I'm just saying. Like, I'm sorry, but
listen.
I feel like with you guys, it's a very narrow mind.
It's not
because
narrow.
at the end of the
I'm
day,
going science. I'm going dollars.
I'm
going
no,
math,
I
I'm going.
feel like
There's
it's
a
a very
census
narrow
for
mind
it.
because
I'll pull it up right
I
now
could
on my
really-
phone, and you can read it with us.
we could really talk about how many get assisted and how many don't. You know what I mean? Like, there's
I
women
don't.
that.
The fact that it
I'm not
exists.
talking about just
the
child
fact that
support,
it.
though.
The fact that the.
I know. I'm not talking about child support.
I'm talking about everything
Child
else.
support's the last thing to me. I'm talking about everything else that you think that every woman
the
actually
fact,
gets and they
I'm
don't.
not saying every woman. The fact
I didn't
that the
say every woman.
assistance, the fact that the assistance itself even exists as an opportunity or as a option for you is already a W over men right off the rip.
Absolutely.
Right off the rip.
But this
And
is
then
why
there are a lot of
why
women.
the state holds you men accountable when they have to use it.
They're holding men accountable for the decisions of women. That's the part we don't like about it. It's not our decision. We have no say so whatsoever in it, and that's why it's an issue.
So fucking raw is not a decision.
Oh my God!
no,
So abortion.
no,
Okay,
you can
you're
say
right.
that both
You're
ways.
right. No,
You can say that both ways.
no. You're right. You're right.
You know the bitches
No.
I know bitches that will literally keep a child knowing
Is
that they have
abortion?
no business.
Abortion is an option.
Absolutely.
All right, then. So I should be able to abort that motherfucker. No different from you.
Absolutely.
But that's not the
I never
case.
said that. It's not the case.
That's not the case.
But I'm just saying. The
All
same
right, so
way,
let's say- so like-
you strapping up is something that I should be making sure that you're doing. And again, it's not the
Female
case all the time.
condoms, abort, a plan B,
Yep.
women lying, women. There's so many. There are so many factors.
At the end of the day, the way I look at it is this. Again, I'm the first to say it. I'm just.
There's so many
this is-
factors. I don't think
so many
there's
factors
never
when
a
it comes to-
scenario. There's never a scenario where you put a man. I don't see a scenario where you put a man on child support and then expect to then benefit from it positively in the father child mother relationship whatsoever. Once you put a man on child support, you literally just crippled him. You crippled him, whether you did it on purpose or not, whether you really needed the extra $300 or $600 a month, whether you really needed it or whatever the case may be, you still have to understand that the negative effect of that. That is a negative effect. Period.
And that's why, respectfully, even with me saying all this, I don't believe in child support.
You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't fucking do what you're supposed to. The way I'm gonna go down there and sign up for it is gonna be a thing.
So then now when you put a man on child support, when you put a man on child support in that basketball game come up and you ask him if he go and he say no, you can't say shit. No, I supported my kid.
But then respectfully,
when homecoming comes up and he needs an extra pair of cleats, no, I'm not giving you nothing. No, I don't have it. Why? You took it. You didn't ask me for it. You've already taken it.
No, but
and the United States of America, the court system of that state has decided that this is how much this kid costs a month. This is how much I can financially provide for this kid a month. Don't ask me for shit
But this
else.
is what I'm trying to explain to you. This is a good majority of the reason why men end up on child support is because they don't want to do what's supposed to be done. And that's
there is no supposed to. There is no guideline.
Jazz, can I ask you a question?
It's very... No, Tori, what do you mean there's no guguideline?
There is no guideline.
You love your son, right?
I'm 100%.
You love your son, right?
100%.
So toilet paper's not a guideline. A hot shower's not a guideline.
Those are adult.
Food is not a guideline. My nigga, those are your kids. So if your baby mama don't have it, you yourself are going to call her and be like, I got you, I'm a Sunday.
Nope. I've never believed in that. Bitch, if you cannot afford the fucking kid, and I'm going to say this disrespectfully as possible, if you can't afford a kid by yourself, maybe you shouldn't be doing it by yourself. That's it. I used to tell my baby mama all the fucking time, if you ain't got it and your family don't, let me know. I will come pick him up, pack his shit, because we do. That's it. And women ain't trying to hear that.
And you said, but you're also somebody that
pack my son's shit up, I'll come get him.
Provide for your kid all the time. You're always sending money.
Of course.
So
I'm halfway across the country. But that's the crazy part though. If it was up to me, I would go get my son right now. I will pack his shit up and my son will be with me right now.
But at the end of the
I've
day,
always been that way though.
So
my entire life I've been that way. I will pack him up right now and take him.
And a lot of niggas won't do that though. That's what you're not understanding.
But that's the thing though. But men don't have the option.
A lot of men don't do that.
Because we don't have the option.
Bro.
We don't have the option. There is no, you know how many court dates and how much money you gotta spend to actually fight women for kids? It's not even worth it anymore.
He'll go get it.
I'll go get him right now.
I agree.
Right,
that.
So but any of my kids, right now, I will go. If any of my kids was like, Dad, come get me right now, no hesitation.
90% of the dynamics.
No hesitation.
The reason why you won't end up on child support is because you can't. People can't coexist when it comes to having children. And this is women too. I've seen women do spiteful shit. I'm not saying that that's not the case. I'm not sitting here saying if he don't do, you don't. Because a lot of time, him not doing this, him not fucking you when you want him to come pick up the kid because he got a new bitch. Let's keep it a stack. That's really what it comes down to. There's many things that come down to child support and the dynamic of being a baby daddy and being a baby mama and I'm mad and I'm upset and this is what's going on. Like, it doesn't matter. At the end of the fucking day, the way I look at it is this. It's a very simple equation. I'm going to say from my perspective. Yep. From experience, I give you an opportunity to get on your feet. I give you an opportunity to do the right thing. If you can't do that, why am I wrong for making sure that I cripple you enough to make sure I get something?
So can I ask you a question?
Because I've gone with nothing for a very long time before.
Can I ask you a serious question?
My son's about to be 14 years old, and let me tell you right now, that man has done nothing for my child. I don't give a fuck what he thinks and thought and coughed and hopped and could have put it. Like, again, there's also women that don't know what it's like to not have a baby daddy. Because I've seen some real ungrateful ass bitches who sit here and it's all about the money and they drain and drain and drain and drain and drain and drain. Like, you really don't know what it's like to really be a single mom when niggas really just don't do.
Because we don't have the option.
Huh?
We don't have the option. Yo, if men, I bullshit you not, if men knew that they can go to the court system right now and the court
They do know that. They do know that.
It doesn't go, but no. If it went by financials,
if it went by financials, the women are taking the L. And what was best for the kid?
The women
would take an L across the country.
That's why I was asking.
Because a lot of women not in a position right now to take care of kids. Hence why we have this support system from the government in the first place. But if you sat down with a judge and the judge was like, you live with your mama and your auntie that share an apartment with they 3 kids. You having a 2-bedroom apartment to yourself that she just moved out of, but you can change that room to the kids' room. You work enough to afford daycare without the mom. Yeah, we're going to send the kid to dad's house because dad is financially more set and prepared to actually house the kid. If that actually happened, women, there would be no single moms. there would be no single moms. You'd all get even. You wouldn't even exist. We wouldn't even be having this conversation right now. Men would be dominant parental figures right now without the bitching.
I mean, in some situations, maybe. Who knows?
A majority.
But at the end of the day,
That's what I'm gonna say. A majority.
Nah, I can't say that because again,
majority.
you yourself just also call the niggas around you that you watch and you see on a regular day basis bums.
Oh, 100%.
So at the end of the day, like
100%. I watched the
that's
single
really
mom.
what
I
it
know the
is.
single moms who created this bum ass generation. Yes.
So again, I wholeheartedly think we created that, right?
Yeah, hold on. So
I did say that we created that.
Jazz, in your opinion, okay? Now that we've just had that whole fucking debate, which could keep going on. If in your opinion as a woman, when you we're going to talk about the majority of women, not you. Would you, if you're a single mom and you had one option where you had to go left or right and you had to choose child support or state assistance on multiple things, which road are you going down?
Say it again.
If you came to the fork in the road and you either had to choose child support only or all the other government assistance that we get in New Hampshire and Mass, which one are you taking?
Now, before you ask that question, I want to remind you that
I meant to say you. I said we're talking about the majority.
any
of women.
situation, you got to know that you got to
Any
know the rules and the
situation,
facts when it comes down to it. Child support goes to those things.
Yes.
That's that's why I want you to understand before you ask the because you can't separate it. Because at the end of the day, you get child support because they coming for child support.
They coming.
If the
I'm not-
state is
but I'm-
helping you with
I
your
know,
kids,
but I'm just saying if you
your
had to
kid,
choose,
you will be that little bit
I
of money you
understand
thought
that.
your wage
I
garnishes,
understand
all that.
No,
will
but I'm
happen.
just saying
Yep.
if you had to choose, where they said we're going to start giving people child support, or you're going to be able to get assistance,
And
which
not
one?
both.
And not
I
both.
mean, I've
And
done
not
both. I've done
I
both.
know,
I've
but
been
I'm
in a
saying-
position
I'm
where-
saying majority women. What do you think they would choose?
They're gonna choose the assistance.
They're going to choose the assistance, or they're going to choose the
Well,
child support?
I think they're gonna choose the assistance because it's gonna make sure they snatches up the child support.
But there's my point. There's my point. When women say that they don't need men because they ain't shit and we don't need this, it's because they're willing to go down the road to take the help from every United States
have help.
fucking worker
Yeah, because
through
we
the
haven't.
assistance.
I mean,
pad.
I
okay, but if
picked
it wasn't
a-
there,
I
but hold
picked
on,
a
hold on, hold
cokehead.
on, hold on.
Ooh, what's-
I know, but
what's-
hold
ooh,
on, hold on.
ooh, he
hold
about to
on.
hit you. He about to hit you
Hold
with some
on,
sauce right
hold
there. I need you
on.
to hit that next part because
Hold
I already
on.
know what he's gonna say.
Hold on. So if you didn't have that option, then you're gonna go back and you're gonna try to make your relationships fucking work.
Not leaving
Because
that man.
it's not easy. It's
Not
not
leaving
easy
that
for
man.
me. That's why I said when men stick around with women and they stick with their baby moms and they do that shit, it's because they've already learned down the road that there's nothing for them.
So what the government created was an incentive for breaking up homes. That's what government assistance to child
But if
support
you-
really is.
You know
It's
why?
an incentive
You know
for
why?
breaking up your homes.
I mean,
But I'm
we
just
can
saying,
really
so
talk
for
about
women-
that too
but
because
for women
half
to
of
say
these
they
baby
don't
daddies
need
are
men-
beating up their baby mamas and then.
But he was whooping her ass. He was whooping her ass before she got
Exactly,
pregnant.
and she was stupid and she stayed and she had a baby. That's why it
All
all
right,
got
well
worse.
then, well do
She
us a
had
favor.
baby.
So do us a favor. Stop procreating with other niggas. Just you stay with that dumb nigga. That's
Right.
your nigga. That's your corner. You stupid.
I can't
you
argue
stay
that.
there.
I can't argue
All
that.
I'm saying is that if women didn't have the necessities and the extra help that men don't have, maybe they would think a little bit to, all right, this one's not the man for me. Let me go to
I
the
got a
next
fork
one.
for you. I got a fork for you right now. I give you the same fork that we just talked about right now. Boom. You got the baby and the court is sitting there right now and they looking you in your face. Hey, so listen, we got two options for you right now. You clearly can't afford this child on your own. So we're going to do one of two things. We're going to relinquish the custody of the child to the man because he has the finances. Or, hey, so listen, or we have this program here where we will assist you and we'll take this money. We'll take it from the father, but we'll give you all of these assistance things so that you can continue to live on own with you and your child. What would you like?
They're gonna go to the program.
Exactly, and that's exactly my point, and that's exactly why I don't respect none of
Because
it.
90% of the time when they're in that position, it's because they're in that position because of
Bro,
either
I-
decisions that they made. Either they're an addict, or either they just can't get their shit together, or either they weren't raised or taught how to provide for themselves. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, there's also a lot of generational women who repeat a generational thing that their parents do. I've seen it in certain communities. Where I see the mom was on this assistance. She knew how to finesse it. She was on exercise. She was on this and that.
Yep.
The daughter comes behind her. She
know.
has 6 kids. She does the same thing. So
Does
like
the same thing, yep.
there's, to me, it's like in our reality, it's every. You know what's so crazy about this conversation where it gets so good is because there's so many different dynamics.
So many different.
You know what I mean?
And so
Like-
many, yes, and all those dynamics all involve the same thing. There's so many different ways of how women can finesse and take advantage of the system, and how the government incentivizes breaking fathers away from women. And so now we got women that are
Yeah, but I
complaining
can't-
about fathers being gone.
But
It's
I'm
just
a-
like, yo,
I'm a-
you didn't make it easier by the
if-
decisions you made.
Yeah, but that's not true though. It's
Yes, if you take government assistance
Corey,
and
we-
child
at the
support
end of the
away
day-
right now, there would not be this many single moms.
I just think that when they
wouldn't be.
because they have
yeah,
it,
but a
they-
lot of men
Like
don't provide.
like hundreds
It's
of
not that they-
thousands of women would not be
I
in
don't
single
care
moms.
about the providing part of it. Like
I do.
No, I know you
'Cause
do. But
let
hold
me
on,
tell you right
let
now.
me finish. Let me finish.
What I just say the dating? Hold on. What did I just say? The dating pool is trash.
I did, but let me finish.
Because
let me finish.
women are just fucking.
Give-
like y'all are just getting y'all coochie up. Like we gonna sit here and pretend like women not just giving their coochie up. They just giving it up. You wanna know why? Because if I get pregnant, oh well, the government gonna pay for it.
Scratched.
I'm gonna get my SSI. Oh, he ain't shit. It don't matter. I could just put him on child support and go live in assisted living for $11 a fucking month. Like fuck out of
So
here.
my-
Get out of here,
If you
man.
gave it- I'm not saying it's fair, but I'm saying if you were to give that a generation that trans period where they didn't have all that assistance, they don't have that, the next generation coming up is going to be the mother that says, "Don't do this, stupid, because you'll end up like me here."
No, it's
Women
true.
don't do that.
Absolutely.
Because they
Some
don't
women
have
do.
that, because of that.
Some women do.
Because they have that
Some women do.
opportunity, they don't give a fuck, and then
Some
they don't
women do.
learn.
Some
They
women
never
take
learn from that
accountability.
shit. Come
Yo.
back to the
'Cause
word
I'ma tell you
fucking
one- I'ma tell
accountability.
you one thing right now. Listen to me. Some women do it. That doesn't mean that they're gonna listen. At the end of the day, someone's gonna tell you
Hey,
something.
men
does not
are
mean
the
they're
same
gonna
thing.
listen.
Men are the same
Let me
thing.
tell you
So
right
take
now.
that out of it.
My mother, I have the best mother. I don't give a fuck. What I piss her off. I don't answer the phone. I get in my own little mental funks. But let me tell you right now, I have the best mom because my mom always kept it a buck with me. As a woman, as a mom, as a everything. She never made the best decisions, but she always made sure that she let us know that. You know what I mean? Like, and I made my decisions because I chose to make those decisions. Point blank.
But
period.
you stand on them, so we can't talk about you. That's why
I-
everything
2
I ever
years
said.
ago, 3 years ago, it wasn't my fault.
That's
You know what I mean?
Say,
So
though,
like you have to
majority.
get to a point where you grow and you understand that it is your fault. You know what I mean? It
Everything
takes
in our
time.
life's our fault. Name one consequence to our action. That's what it is. Consequence to your action, positive or
nature-
negative.
Human nature, though, is always going to make you're going to have an excuse as
No,
to
you
why something
don't.
happened.
I understand,
That's
but
what
you
I'm saying.
don't.
Like,
You
it's
don't.
not. We know you don't.
If
but-
you go to work late, it's not your boss's fault.
right. Oh well,
if
my
you're-
kids this. Well, no, you just really
Like
went
none
to
of that
work
shit is
all
their
day.
fucking problem. Like I said the other day, the first of the month is do your rents due. Your boss don't care about your auntie, your dog, your fucking kid sick, you're
Nope.
sick, you lost your job, you lost hours. They don't give a fuck.
Nope. Where's my money?
It's the motherfucking first. So
Where's
like,
my money?
So if more people had that mindset and they're like, that's my point. If they didn't have the government assistance, they didn't have child support, they're gonna think, do I want to lay with that man? Is that the man for me? Should I be hanging around with that man? Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's start holding people accountable for their bullshit actions. Men and women, though. Men and women, not just women.
Right. I mean, this was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. No. It's
Tori
a great
hits
one.
child support. I just found that out.
It's not even.
What?
I'm just saying. What's the
I
only
said
Tori?
Tori hits child
Tori, what have we
support.
been told?
Oh,
What
I
have we been
hate-
told?
I hate
I don't
it,
like
bro.
it either. I don't like. First of all, I don't like the government. I don't like the government in my business. I don't like the government dictating it. But I'm sorry, but if you just don't, I don't have time to argue. I'm sorry,
Even
but
if
I hate
he's-
that. I hate that. So, are you gonna be able to afford to give me $100 towards Dan's birthday party this year? Like, bro, I'm sorry, I don't got time for that. Like, if I already know you hit me off, leave me alone. That's it. Like, but if that's also because I also have like a real deadbeat baby daddy. Like the nigga's not involved. So like for me, the bill of him paying me, it is great for me. You
Like
know what
I
mean?
love the well, until he learns how to respect me, he ain't gonna see his kid.
I don't even give a fuck about that.
I heard that one time, and I was like, "What?"
Don't
So
respect
his
me.
kid,
As long as I-
your
that's
kid
how
can't
boys-
see his dad because he don't like you. Damn, it's wild, bro. Some of the excuses I've heard for what I've literally told women to get out my house.
Yeah, but this is
Over-
13, but
over-
this is also me being a single mom for 13 years.
You know what I
13
mean?
years. You know, like, and then I went and
Bro, I told you, I said one of my relationships, I'm sitting there and I'm going like, yo, like, where's this kid's dad at? Call him right now. Hey, buddy, you want to call your dad? Call your dad. And she'd be like, oh, I'm not talking to him right now. And I'm like, I'm glad I ain't talking to you. Call your dad, little homie. Here you go. Give him the iPad. FaceTime your dad. Whatever. You know what I mean? Oh, well, I got to take him to school in the morning. Why his dad can't do it? What do you mean? Your dad live right there. Your dad drive. You walking him to school. The dad drives. I call the dad. Hey, yo, listen, come pick him up in the morning and take him to school. You ain't doing nothing else. You want to spend time with your kid? Come pick him up in the morning. Take him to school. I'm going out and shit
Yeah,
with
but
her and
that's
shit.
it.
The kid there, why is he here? No. Call his dad. Yo,
Yeah,
I
but
did that
this
shit
is
so much.
This
No,
is exactly why.
Hear me out. I did that shit so much. Yo, like me and the dad were cool. Like, hey, what's up, man? Come get your kid, nigga. They ended up getting back together. They ended up, straight up left me for him. I wasn't even mad. I was like, you know what, good nigga. Like, I'm glad you see your kid, bro. But it makes me so mad because I hear it all the time. Well, this motherfucker don't want to give me $100 this week. He not gonna see his kid. What? What? Do you know how many times I've almost been to jail over?
Again, but those be the ones that respectfully, like I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. If you have a man that wants to see his child, I'm not saying that it just takes the time because we all know life is all about money. But if you have a baby daddy and he wants to spend time with his child and he's fucked up and you knew he was fucked up and this is with a cat, like anybody that holds that against somebody is totally crazy because in all reality, again, you don't know what it's like to really not have a baby daddy. Because if he's calling you enough to even look for the child,
bro, give him that kid, bro. See ya.
it's true. No, it's so true because I watch it happen. I do watch it happen.
Oh, I gave him the kid, but I told him he not allowed to go nowhere without letting me know. Excuse you? Oh, I get tired of taking my kid over there because every time I take my kid over there, he leave my kid with somebody else. The kid's grandma? You gotta remember. I had this one dude.
Respectfully, but girl, do your thing, abuela.
First off, if he barely see the kid,
change screen, provide
if he don't see the kid, God forbid, grandma don't see the damn kid. You know what I mean? Like I've heard it. I've heard it all, bro. I've heard it all, and I know it get to a point, and I'll say this too, even me, I get to a point now where I'd be like, man, I don't even give a fuck no more, honestly. Like, I'm just gonna wait till my kid's old enough to just come, like right now, like me and my son have a great relationship, you know what I mean? I wouldn't say great, it's all right, you know what I mean? But we talk, we talk about cool stuff, you know what I mean? In my head, I'd be like, John, to tell you, I count the days down till he's old enough to fly by himself.
Listen, my best friend, I'll say that right now.
Hop on the flight, homie. You can see your dad whenever you want.
One of my male best friends, he's the best father I know. Like, no, straight up, one of the best dads. But I'll tell you right now, he had a hula hoop, like obstacle course ordeal to be a father. It was like almost like and she was more envious of the fact that he was able to do it.
Yeah,
and she tried to strip it all from him.
Like, so that's what I'm saying. Why we said the
that's what I'm trying to say.
Like,
I'm not in a predicament where I'm like, oh well. Women are the best, and no, I'm the first one to say we're evil, we're horrible, we have spiteful ways.
I break that down to one word, petty
only. As fuck,
vindictive.
Like, we're vindictive. We have, but that's the thing though. Is there's also a line where you have to come to a point where you realize that you are those things. You know what I mean? Like, straight up, you are those things, bro. Even when I caught myself arguing, I'll say some things that I'll be like, damn, that hurt him. Like, fuck. Like, I said some crazy shit. And then I wonder why he got crazy ass mouth, too. Like, now we just a crazy couple. Like, so you have to, so then I started saying to myself, you know what? I'm going to start saying nothing.
I've always been like that.
I just started
Then I started feeling like I'm getting jabbed at like a motherfucker.
I've always been,
like a bop it.
I'm there now.
Y'all both know I've always been like that. Well, I'd be like, yeah, I could have said that better.
You know what I mean? So like,
I said that terribly.
I'm glad I stay silent now. It's better and it works better.
But no,
I know my girl. Obviously, my girl's got a kid, and like how she treats her baby daddy is spectacular. Like she's no child support.
Because in all reality,
just give me what I need, and like
it doesn't have to be that hard.
She's like on top of the ball.
You know what I mean? It's
like
not
she
that
knows
hard.
like when Christmas comes up or there's extra activities, it's
an
like,
equal
hey,
right.
If you got it, you got it. If you don't, I got it. And then there's times where she's like, I ain't really got it. This, do you mind grabbing it? And he's like, yeah, I'm in. And we had our baby daddy on our show, and like, and everything he said was like how important it is that to be good co-parents for your child.
When you get to a point where it's just like you like I used to argue about time, like you're not important anymore. Like the kid is. Like how you feel is irrelevant now. How I feel is irrelevant now. Like because he don't give a fuck.
Like you know how important it is.
He doesn't care. All he knows is
like outside looking in.
Like, I don't think he knows my real name. Jay, your name's only Jeremy Torres. It's JT.
So, like you know how important it is. Like I see, like you see like the kids when they're younger and they have like their 7th, 8th, 9th birthday party, and it's I got a party with mom and I got a party with dad.
Yeah.
You know how cool it is to see like the mom and the dad and the boyfriends and girlfriends and like they all get together
At the same party.
And the difference is that
that's
that
dope.
kid is so
It
much
is
more
dope. And
happier.
they really
and they
are.
have a better life, knowing that they can say whatever they want to either side without it having negative reactions.
Oh, that's a different show right there.
So like
Snitching kids.
the whole fact of like me like seeing that side of it, like I don't get to see the bad side of it, but I hear the bad side of it because I've seen the bad side of it through other.
I mean, in all reality, every relationship, there always takes time. Like, think about it. When you break up with your ex, is it easy to see them right after?
No, I don't.
No, it's
I
not.
don't even want to.
Any ex. No, I'm saying
No, in general, like, I don't ever want to see
before
it
anything
again.
else. It's awkward and it's uncomfortable. So imagine having to do that because you have a child.
No, because-
it's selfish. It sounds selfish as fuck, right?
No,
to be
no,
like,
well, I don't know.
To be like,
I don't know.
well, you know, like I don't want to see that person because I feel something like, you know, so that you got when it leads up to that, you can get to that equal. That ground of like understanding each other and moving forward. It's a beautiful thing, but people like. They just are fucked up. We're fucked up people. Like, I don't ever want to see an ex that hurt me happy. It's a lot of people's like thought process. You know what I mean? Like when me and my ex broke up and he was able to apologize to me and we could talk, I don't have no hate towards that man. Like, it is what it is. We went through what we went through. But at the end of the day, until he could apologize to me, it hurt. You know?
I get you.
So today was good. It was a good one.
Did we make our other host leave?
She had a family emergency.
Oh.
No, seriously, she had a family emergency.
Oh, that sucks.
I'm
I
like,
feel
why are you
bad.
laughing?
Cause
I'm thinking she's right there.
no, because it was the way it made me think. Like, did he make his leave? I'm like, damn. Shit home, huh? But that's it. Y'all know that bell, man. That's the end of the episode. Don't forget, everybody, to buy your boat cruise tickets. I know the boat cruise is June 28th, but it is going to be a sellout event. There is going to come a point in time where you're not going to be able to get tickets. Shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to Soho Bistro and Lounge, big sponsor, 603 Live, and the boat cruise. We appreciate them fully for that.
Do we keep this one going?
What do you mean?
Oh yeah,
do
we
part
have to have
three?
a part 3. Yeah, because I want to talk about sneaky links.
Oh my god.
Oh, sneaky links.
That's a good one.
Jesus.
Pillow talk with sneaky links. Pillow talk.
Sneaky links, pillow
I hate
talk.
pillow talk.
Oh man.
Haters. All right. But that's our episode today, everybody. Well, we out of here, man. Thank you.